good coffee. That is good coffee. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, yeah. Circle K coffee. I thought I would switch it up. That's good stuff. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Fears, audience, Fears. Welcome back to the Fears podcast. Oh, yeah. And boy, have I got a hell of a show for you. We're going to review some movies. I'm going to do a recap of the epic Fears weekend. And boy, was it a weekend. I'm sad to say that the weekend is over. It's over. Back to work tonight. Fears has got to go in at 3:30 in the morning. But it was a good weekend. Lots to talk about, lots of updates, lots of things to talk about. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a hell of a weekend. So this should be a pretty fun, awesome stream. Let me just open up the chat. We got one person watching. What's up? I'm sure others will be here sooner or later. But yeah. And I got to say that this stream is dedicated to Lord Visions. Visions? Oh my gosh. Have I got something to show you? Fears finally found it. Oh, yeah. There, right there. CHUD. Oh, yeah. I watched it last night when I got home from Randall's. Woo! It was good, buddy. It was good. So, in honor of Visions, this stream is dedicated. So, I hope Visions shows up. I sent him a message. So, Visions, if you're in the chat, tell what's up. I think Visions may be busy, though. He may be, because I wrote him a couple messages last night and today, and he hasn't responded. He could be working. So I don't know. I hope he makes it. If he doesn't make it, hopefully he'll watch it later. But yeah. So I don't know who's watching. So the one person watching, say hi in the chat. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be others. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start. Boy, what a weekend! What a weekend! Anyway, I'll start with the update. So update number one. Update number one. The next convention is this weekend. That's going to be the Orlando Collectors Fest. I'm going to try to get to it. And then the second day on Sunday is the Collectors Toy Fest Part 2. So, and they're in two different locations. So I guess he's splitting up the cons. So, if I don't make it to the one on March 11th, then the next one is the Tampa, Florida Extravaganza Toy Fest, and that's April 22nd and 23rd. So it's a 2-day con. And then May 7th is Star Wars, May the Force be with you. I don't understand why they wouldn't do it on May 4th, but I mean, I think that's during the week. So that's probably why everyone wants to do it on the weekend. So the next two I'm going to try to get to the next three. I'm going to try to do the Collectors Toy Fest. I'm going to try to do the Tampa, Florida Extravaganza one, because that one's always pretty good. And then I'm definitely going to the Star Wars one because I missed the last Star Wars one. So yeah, so that's the first update. Yo, we got 3 people watching. What's up? It's going to be epic because today we're going to be reviewing. Oh, I found it. Finally. Bam. CHUD. I'm going to be reviewing CHUD. I watched it last night. We're going to be finally reviewing Little Fockers because I can't remember, one of my fans said he was really looking forward to it. And then I'm going to do a weekend wrap-up. So, but everyone has been looking forward to this, especially Visions and me. I finally found it. Oh, yeah. So I couldn't believe it. It was like on the rack, and I was like, wait a minute. Is that CHUD? Is that CHUD over there? And I was like, no, it can't be. I walked over, and I was like, oh, shit. There it is. So, Visions, this is dedicated to you and you alone, buddy. Oh, yeah. Because without Visions, he told me about it. Visions told me about it. And I was just like, oh man. Then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh man, I gotta watch this. So now the next mission is to find CHUD 2. Because there is a part 2. There is a part 2. Anyway, the chat's open. Feel free to talk. Feel free to ask fierce questions. Remember, always within reason. I'll pretty much answer anything within reason. Feel free to ask fierce questions. So let's get going here. It is the middle of the day too, so I probably won't get many messages because a lot of people are either at work, because some people work on Sundays, or they're at church and stuff. I was too tired. Fears did not go to church, so I'm gonna try to go either this weekend or next weekend. I was exhausted. All right, so next update. I talked to my mom. She's doing all right. She's doing okay. She's hanging in there. You know. It was just a quick like, hello, how are you? Oh, I'm okay. I'm like, that's good. I still need to call Grandma Fear, so I haven't talked to her in a minute. So anyway, and also Fears found another goodie when I was with Randall. So the next update is I'm not going to review it today, but I'll review it maybe in a couple of days. So I found, CHUD was the first one I found. So I found this one at FYE. And then before I left, Fears found this one, Day of the Dead, George Morero's third zombie film. It goes Night of the Living Dead. What's the second one? The second one is Dawn of the Dead. Then it's Day of the Dead, and then the fourth one is. That's a good question. I know he's made 5. Before he died, he made 5 or 6 epic like zombie films. George Morero was like kind of like the king of zombies. He loved zombies. I'll have to look up the 4th and 5th one. It was either he made 5 epic zombie films before he died, or it was 6. I'll have to look it up. But this is the 3rd one in the series. I have part 1 and part 2, and now Fears has part 3. And I need to hunt down part 4 and 5, and if there's a 6. So now I've got the first 3. So I'm looking forward to it. Look, check it out. Is that a zombie? Is that a zombie holding a gun? I think so. So I think Fears may watch this tonight before I go into work. But and as you can see, tons of bonus features. Same thing with CHUD. This morning I watched that is all bonus features right there. Woo! Fears loves me some bonus features. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Yep. Let's see. What else? What else has been going on? I had an epic weekend. Let's see here. I think that's all the updates. I think. Fears got home. I've been doing laundry all morning. I unpacked my stuff from Randall's. Pretty much spent, yesterday before I left for Randall's. I'm sorry, not yesterday. Friday, I did laundry. Couldn't finish it though. Now doing, I just finished all my laundry except for what I'm wearing. I mean, these are clean, but this is the only laundry that I'll have to do, tonight. All the other laundry is lock, stock, barrel. It's done. Washed all my bed sheets. We're all good. It's all good under the hood. Oh yeah. And shout out to everybody that came to the drawing stream yesterday. That was a big success. So, yep. I had to put it on unlisted because I have to edit something out. But it'll be back up in a couple of days. I don't know when it will be back up, but it'll be back up. So there it is. So shout out to my friend LC. If you haven't subscribed to his Discord, check him out. Subscribe to my friend Vision's website. Go there, buy some cool shit. www.exhumvisions.com. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. What else? I think that's all the updates. Give me 1 second. I'm just checking an email real quick. And then I have to write someone a message. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Now I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. I was just writing a message to someone. All righty. There we go. We got 5 people watching. Thank you for watching. Again, it is the middle of the day, so I don't know if I'll get lots of messages because I haven't got a message. I haven't got a response. I haven't got any comments yet. But as we go through the stream, I'm sure we will. So for all the new people coming, I'm happy. I know Visions is happy. Fears finally found CHUD. Oh man. It was good. It was really good. So I want to say a personal shout out to Lord Visions. Visions, thank you so much for that. He referred me that movie. He was like, Fears, you like 80s movies, you like cheesy horror films. He goes, you will freaking love this. And I was like, oh yeah? And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, you got to have it in your collection. You got to watch it. So I went, all right. I said, I'll give it a go. So then it took me forever to hunt it down because I didn't want to pay those prices off of eBay or Amazon. I was like, I'll find it somewhere else. And it wasn't too much. It was, I guarantee I would have paid more on eBay or Amazon. I found it at FYE for $30. So not too bad. I guarantee you online, it probably would have been like 40, 50, $60. So there it is. I also found Day of the Dead. Oh yeah, watching it tonight. It's going to be good. Right before work, Fears has got to go in at 3:30. Again, I don't want to go into work. I want to just go take a nap. I want to go edit some videos. I don't want the weekend to end. Sadly, it has to end. But shout out to everybody watching. So I guess I'll start with the weekend wrap up. So Fears left Friday morning. I got up. I slept all the way till about 5:30 in the morning, but I went to bed really early. So I woke up. Let's see here. Yeah. So I went to work Friday. Got off Friday morning at like 8:39. Went home, slept. Just kind of did some laundry on Friday. Went and saw a movie in the movie theater. Went to bed really early, so I would have an early start with Randall. So I went to bed like at 8:30 or 9. Woke up at 5:30. Did almost all my laundry. And then I was on the road by 8:30. Got to Randall's by 10:30. Me and Randall went to the mall, and he has a massive mall right by his house. I'm not gonna say what mall because I don't want anyone to track Randall where he lives and shit. We went to this mall. Epic, great stores. We checked out GameStop, FYE, Spencer's, another video game store. We went to this art store that had amazing artwork in it. That was really nice. The artwork was pretty sweet. Let's see. We had lunch in the food court. I had pizza. Randy had Chinese. And then Randy was like, you know what, Fears? He goes, I'm not digging these Chinese noodles. And I was like, what's wrong with them? And he's like, I've had better. He's like, they're all right. So he's like, you want to taste them, Fears? I was like, sure. So I tasted them, and I was like, they taste fine to me, Randall. And he's like, oh, Fears, you can have the rest of it. And I was like, all right. I'm like, I don't really need it, with my stomach, but I had a little bit of noodles. And then I just pretty much pushed it to the side. Yo, heroes and villains. Heroes, you always know. Let me talk. Let me get done talking about whatever I want to talk about, and then I'll throw you the link, buddy. So yeah. So I'm gonna go on my spiels for a little bit, and then as soon as I'm done talking, I will throw you the link. And of course, I'll always throw Visions the link. hopefully Visions can come. I wrote him. I said, hey, man, I said, I hope you can make it. I said, I'm doing a stream right now. I said, if you're working right now, because he didn't respond. So he could be busy. So I was like, if you're busy with your girlfriend or work, I said, I completely understand. I hope he shows up. Hey, heroes, check it out. Look what Fierce found. Oh, yeah. Finally. It took me forever to find it, but finally. And the movie was amazing. 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 Anyway, back to the recap. So then we, let's see. I bought this and this at FYE. Then Randall bought some energy drinks, and he bought some type of t-shirt, I think. Something like that. Then Randall has been ranting and raving about these massage chairs, and he was not kidding. So you put in some money, and they have massage chairs in the mall. And I was like, all right, Randall. I said, let's give this a go. I said, you've been ranting and raving about it. He's like, oh, Fierce. He's like, you're gonna thank me. You're gonna thank me. And I'm like, are they that good? And he goes, oh, they are good. He was not kidding. I sit down in this bad boy. I slip a few dollars in it. I did it for 15 minutes. I think Randall did it for 20 or 25 minutes. And I sit down, and these like little rotating balls were like massaging my back. It massages your neck, your arms, your legs, your whole back. And I was like, man, I'm starting to get tired. I'm like, I am really relaxed right now. I'm like, this is nice. And I was like this, and I was just like, oh, all my cares and problems just float away. So it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. And Randall was like, at the end of it, he was like, so Fierce, what did you think? And I was like, I thought they were great, Randall. I'm like, they were amazing. And so Randall, thank you for referring me to those massage chairs. The next time I go visit Randall, we'll definitely do the massage chairs yet again, because they were nice. They were nice. So they were very, 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 very nice. Heroes, I hope you're having a good day. I know you don't work on Sundays, but I hope you're having a good day, either with the family, or if you're doing if you're playing some more of Luigi's Mansion or Mario Kart or whatever you're doing. I hope your Sunday's going well, buddy. I hope everybody's Sunday's going well. Oh, yeah. Hopefully it is going fantastic. By the way, I want to shout out to Lord Visions. He came on my show a couple of days ago. Visions, that was a lot of fun. I hadn't had Visions on in quite a while. It had been at least 5 or 6 months, I think, since I've had him on. So it had been a while, and it was me, Visions, Randy. We had a nice conversation. Then the last 15 minutes, we threw Heroes the link, and Heroes came in, and we chatted for about 15, 20 minutes of the last part of the stream. So it was nice. It was really, really, really nice. And so thanks to all my guests that came in. Fears is almost out of stream time, because that stream we went for like 5 hours. It was nuts. So Fears ate up a lot of his stream time. It was a lot. So yeah. So probably after this stream, depending on how long I go for, either this stream or the next stream, I'll run out of stream time, and then, as always, Fears will have to play it solo for a little while and go on OBS. But it is what it is. There can never be enough stream time, because Fears refused to pay for stream time. But anyway, so I try to get it on the cheap, free. Anyway, back to the review. Back to the recap. So once we got done with the mall, came back, and then we went to the beach. And I have not went to the beach in a year. And let me say, when I say it was massacred, the beach wasn't that massacred. And I'm gonna edit the weekend vlog a little bit today, so hopefully it'll be up tonight before I go to work, or tomorrow. And I did just a quick little vlog. I filmed some little Snapchat videos that I'll probably edit together. So it's gonna be a quick recap vlog of me and Randall's weekend. It was pretty nice. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun to hang out with an old buddy. And we get to the beach. Bikers were everywhere. It's Daytona Bike Week. It lasts for 10 days. It lasts for 10 days. The whole event lasts for 10 days. The whole event lasts for 10 days, and it was a lot of fun. So many cool bikers. You know, they had some really good motorcycles down there. I took a couple of pictures of some motorcycles. One guy had some motorcycle from like the 1930s. That was probably the oldest bike I saw down there. So that was pretty good. There was chicks, babes, booze everywhere. Feeders had a beer. That was really nice. Let's see what else. What else? We hit the beach. Me and Randall talked to these really nice girls. It was Erica and I don't recall the other girl's name because I was concentrating more on Erica because she was smoking hot. And then her mom came up, and I was like, ah, damn it. So Randy was doing magic for them. I was swimming in the ocean because I hadn't. It was a tad bit cold, but that's all right because it was a pretty hot day. But it was a little. I wish the water would have been a tad bit warmer, but it wasn't that bad. And then I came out, and he's like, "Oh, Fierce." He's like, "Have you met Erica?" I was like, "Not until now, Randall." And I'm like, "Erica, very nice to meet you." And me and Erica chatted up a little bit. I was gonna ask her out, but then I said, "Oh, so are you guys from here? You guys from the Florida area?" No, unfortunately not. It's me and my friend and my mom. We're on vacation. We're from Wisconsin. I was like, "Gotcha." So in my mind, I was like, "Fuck, there goes another hot girl." But at least we got to hang out with Erica for a little bit. She was very nice, very sweet. And she had this rocking white and black bikini on. I was thoroughly enjoying it. She was looking pretty cute. Yo, your friend Jen. Yo, she says, "Hey John, what's up? What's up? What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see everybody." Stayed at the beach for about probably an hour, hour and a half. So, and then we were going to stay a little bit longer, but towards the left, I went, "Oh, Randall, we better take off." And he's like, "What's up?" I said, "I'm starting to see some black clouds on the left-hand side," and it was slowly but surely generating towards our direction. And I was like, "We better get out of here quick, Randall." It didn't rain, but it did thunder, and I could hear a little bit of lightning. So I was like, "We better go before the storm starts." It didn't rain in Randall's area, but I'm sure it rained around the beach because all of a sudden it went from like a nice sunshine day to black cloudy skies quick. But that was like the tail end of it. So like for about an hour we had wonderful weather, and then the last half an hour, that's when it started to get very cold, very windy, and then all the black dark clouds. So I was like, we better skedaddle. We left, came home. I took a shower. Randall took a shower. And then we went to dinner, and we went to this really nice Irish pub / grill. And I was a little hesitant because I was like, Randall, in America, I looked at Randall and I said, they say it's a pub, but I'm like, is it really a pub? I'm like, I've been to an actual pub many times in England. So I said, when they say over here that it's an actual pub, I'm always a little hesitant because I'm like, no, I know what an actual pub is because I've been to an actual pub in England. So I'm like, let's see if it's an actual pub. I got to admit, I was not disappointed. We walk in, the restaurant was packed. They had this massive kind of square bar, tons of people at the bar, and then it was a mixture of American food and Irish food mixed together. Decorated beautifully inside, all sorts of Irish heritage stuff like on the walls. They had the whole leprechauns and the green and the four-leaf clover, and they had like old school like stuff from Ireland. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty legit. And I just asked some waitress at the bar. I'm like, are the owners actually Irish? And she goes, you know what? That's a good question. She goes, I actually don't know. She goes, I've only been working here for about a month or two. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, never mind. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, if you don't know, I'm like, no worries. So yeah, let's see. I can deck you from here. Oh, apparently Pretend Story does not like Jen. Well, you know what? I'll let you guys battle it out in the chat. Leave me out of it. Because I'll be honest, I don't know who Jen is. She must be a new follower. So welcome, Jen. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know why Pretend Stories and you are battling it out, but I'll let you guys battle it out. Anyway, that's none of my business. Had a great meal, and we both got their signature burger. So, oh, okay, cool, nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Pretend Stories. That's right. Yeah, you told me her name was Jen. Well, now it's finally nice to meet you. Well, nice to meet you, Jen. I forgot that you had a roommate. Pretend Stories. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. That's right. Okay, nice. Well, hey, nice to meet you. Very, 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 very nice to meet you, Jen. I've heard good things. I've heard good things from Pretend Stories. I don't know a lot about you, but from what Pretend Stories has told me, it's very nice to meet you. So after the Irish grill pub, great meal. Me and Randall both had their signature hamburger and fries. Really good, spot on. Good food. They're known for their wings. So I said, all right, I said, I'll try your guys' burger this time. I said, and if Randall takes me to this restaurant ever again, I said, I'll get the wings. I wanted to show Randall my appreciation for all of his hard work helping me on the cartoons. So I said, Randall, I said, dinner's on me. So I bought everything when it came to dinner. Randall, I appreciate you giving me a couple of bucks for gas, buddy, because it's a long way to Randall's house. So yeah, it was just a fun, cool, chill weekend. I must say, it was a lot of fun. Came back from dinner, and then we did the epic drawing stream, the long-awaited drawing stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And in honor of Daytona Bike Week, I said, hey, Randall, I said, listen, I said, in honor of Daytona Bike Week, I said, we should just do like a Daytona Bike Week theme. So we had lots of people. Thank you for all your guys' suggestions. We had a bunch of funny suggestions for the drawing stream. It was a good time. It was a really good time. And it was a big success. It was a massive success. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna message someone. I'm trying to get a hold of Visions. Hopefully he'll be here. I don't know if he's working or let's see here. I don't know where he is, but give me 1 second here. I hope he's watching. He usually tries to get here when he can. Because let's see here. Give me 1 second. I just asked him if he was going to be able to make the stream. I said, or if he's still watching. So give me 1 second. I've got my Instagram up. I don't know. Maybe he's busy. I just said, well, if you're busy, message me later. I said, or watch the stream back. I said, hope you're having a good day. And God bless Visions. All right. Well, hopefully he'll be in later. Hopefully. Anyway, so let's see. What else? What else? We basically then we did the drawing stream, and then to be honest, I told Pretend Story says, yo, heroes. To be honest, I was so tired. So I said, hey, I said, Randall, I said, I hope you don't mind. I said, I'm gonna take a pass on the karaoke. And he was like, really? I said, dude, I said, I'm exhausted. I said, it was a fun day. I said, but it was an exhausting day. So I said, I think I'm just gonna drive home. And that was an experience in itself because I should have just stayed the night, but I really wanted to sleep in my own bed. When I say I was exhausted because it was go all through Saturday. It was fun. I had a fantastic time. Always a blast hanging out with Randy. So I had to stop twice on the way home. So I'm driving, and then all of a sudden I'm like, don't do that, Fears. Don't do that, because my eyes started, going like that because I was exhausted. So I stopped, got myself a coffee, and that got me about halfway. And then all of a sudden, halfway, I started going like that again. I said, Fears, just pull over. And I took like a 15-minute nap, literally in a gas station parking lot. I just put my seat back, and I set my alarm clock on my phone for 15, 20 minutes. Woke up, because it doesn't take me long to fall asleep, especially if I'm exhausted. And I slept for at least 20 minutes. Woke up, felt refreshed. I was like, all right, I should be able to get home now. Got home safely. And then Randall messaged me when I got home and said, hey, did you make it home all right? And I was like, I made it home safe. I'm good. I said, thanks for an awesome weekend, buddy. I said, I got to go. I'm going to bed. And sometimes, I'll be honest, when I'm exhausted after work, sometimes I can't even make it to my bed. I'll just lay here on the couch and go, I'm not going in there. Peace, later. And I just grab my blanket and I just go to sleep on the couch. But last night, I made it to my bed. I was like, fuck the couch. I'm going right to bed. So I came home, put my stuff down. I didn't even unpack my bag. I said, I'll unpack it today, which I did. I literally just got in the shower last night, took a quick shower, ate something real quick, like a little snack, because I was kind of hungry after a long drive, and then right to bed. So yeah, but it was an amazing weekend. It was an amazing weekend. So Randall, thanks a lot for a fun time, buddy. I hope you had a blast. Randall said he had a blast. Randall's a great friend. Just like how Visions is a great epic friend, Randall's a great epic friend too. And I'm so glad to have epic friends like that in my life, like Randall, Visions, my buddy Eric, all those guys. They're really nice guys. I wouldn't know what to do without them, so I appreciate all my friends and all my loved ones. And like I said, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. The sun was out because I woke up this morning at around 8, 9-ish. And from about 8 to about 12:30, the sun was out. I went out and got some gas because I was almost on E. I went out and bought some lunch, had some Taco Bell. Anytime you get some Taco Bellage in you, that's a good day. And then I went to the bank to deposit some money. And by the time I came back, dark clouds. So I think it's going to rain this afternoon. If not this afternoon, definitely tonight. Definitely tonight. So yeah. So we had some nice weather this morning for about a couple hours. So yeah. All right. Time for the reviews. And I'm going to start with Little Fockers because I'm going to save, because this stream is dedicated to Lord Visions. Finally, I got CHUD. So I want to save the best for last. So let me grab the Little Fockers Blu-ray because I should have already did that. My bad. Okay. Bam! Right there. Right there. All right. So Fears found this at Goodwill. Guarantee you this Blu-ray at Walmart would have been always at Walmart for around $19 to $20. Unless it's like a big ass like television show. And then the television shows will I remember I almost bought the Dukes of Hazzard. They don't have them on Blu-ray. They have them just in a DVD box set. Most of those old television shows you can't find on Blu-ray. Some of them I've been able to find, but not all of them. I try to get everything in Blu-ray or 4K as much as I can. But some of the old ones, like I was talking to Visions. I know for a fact I will not find Battle Truck in Blu-ray. I already looked. I only found it on Visions. I only found it on where was it? I think it was eBay or Amazon. and it wasn't a single movie. It was Battle Truck and some other like shitty, hilarious horror film with it. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I'm like, if that's all they have, then that's all they have. So yeah. So it's always good to find those movies on the cheap. I found this at Goodwill for $2. And I always have to check, like when you buy them at Goodwill, you have to check to make sure that the DVD is still in. Oh, I'm sorry, the Blu-ray is still in, because sometimes people at Goodwill, they said, oh yeah, they'll come in, they'll just open it up and take the disc, and then they'll put it in their pocket and walk out. So whenever Fears shops at Goodwill, I always look inside to make sure if it's a 2-disc thing, to make sure the 2 discs are in there, or if it's a 1 disc. And then I look for scratches. And she's like, oh yeah, she's like, look for scratches, because if you buy it and then you get home and then it won't play because of scratches, then you're fucked. And I'm like, absolutely. So that's happened once or twice. But usually all the Blu-rays that I buy from Goodwill, usually they're in pretty good condition. Usually. This is the third one in the series. So the first one is Meet the Parents. The second one is Meet the Fockers. And then the third one is Little Fockers, like when Greg Focker and I think his wife's name is Pam, when they have kids. And it's them dealing with their kids, and then him dealing with Jack Burns, Jack Burns is a grandfather, and he's still strict as hell. And then Owen Wilson comes back to play Pam's like ex-crazed lover, like he's obsessed with Pam. And so Greg has to deal with that fucking idiot, and chaos ensues. And it's for a trilogy, it's pretty good. My favorite is probably, I mean, they're all good for all different reasons, but let's see. I'm trying to think. I mean, they're all good, but if I had to pick just one, I like the sequel, Meet the Fockers, a little bit more than Meet the Parents. I do like Meet the Parents, but the sequel is pretty good. Sometimes Fears does like sequels. You know my policy. Usually sequels suck. It has to take me, but not all sequels suck. I was telling Pixel about this. I think Pixel wrote in the Discord, and he wrote something like one day, I can't remember his exact words, but he said something like, Fears usually doesn't like sequels. And he's right mostly. Mostly I don't like sequels. It has to be a very, 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 very good sequel for me to like it. Like, everyone loves the Godfather series, and the Godfather Part 2 is fucking epic. And the third one's epic, and the first one's epic, you know? Sadly, I don't have those in my movie collection. I have to get those, because it's been quite a while since Theaters has watched The Godfather. But where there's a will, there's a way. Eventually, it will be in the movie collection. So it has to be a good sequel for me to like it. And Meet the Fockers is a great sequel. So the third one in the series, I like each one for different reasons. Like Greg dealing with his kids, and he has one kid that's like energetic, and then he has one kid that won't talk to Greg. So you have to deal with the kid dynamic and all that. Then Pam gets sick, so then Greg has to take over the mommy duties, you know? And then like I said, then he's dealing with Jack and all his obsession, like, Greg, you got to lead the family. You got to lead. He's like, Jack, can you just stay out of my marriage and my kids for once in your life? And he's like, I will not. He goes, until you show me that you can lead, you know, And he's like, I am leading. I'm a father. I've got kids. I've got a wife. I've got a job. I'm supposed to be doing all what I'm supposed to be doing. He's like, I'm fine. Leave me alone. And he's like, you're not doing a good enough job. And he's like, who the hell are you to tell me that I'm not doing a good enough job? You know, so it's their dynamic. And then to top it off, then you have to deal with like Pam's like crazy ex Kevin, you know, like Kevin will not give up. He's like, oh, I'll get Pam back. I'll get her back. And then Greg's like, look, I want to be your friend, but there's no way in God's green earth that you're going to get Pam back. She's married to me. And he's like, well, maybe there's a chance. And then he's like, there's not any chance whatsoever, not even that much, you know? So if Fears had to grade it, it's definitely, let's see, do I want to give it a 7 or an 8? I'm going to give it a 7. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not a perfect 10. It's good. And the reason why I gave it a 7 is because, of course, I like Meet the Fockers more. So I like Meet the Fockers first, then Meet the Parents, and then this one. But if they ever made a fourth one in the series, Fears would watch it. Like I said, I like them for all different reasons. So yeah, like probably the best scene in this. It's after Greg has a massive fight with Jack. He's like, all right, Jack. He's like, you know what? He's like, you want to start some shit? And he just lays. So Jack lays into Greg, and then he's like, all right, I'm done. He's like, Jack has took it way too far, and then he laces into Jack, and then they're at the hospital because I think Greg's little son gets hurt or something. And so they have a fight like right there in the hospital. And he's like, I'm done. And then he like laces into Greg. And then my favorite scene comes next. So he leaves and you just hear him call Pam, say, hey, look, I'm going to stay over at our house. He goes, I can't deal with Jack right now because they're renovating their house. So they live in an apartment, but they're renovating a new house. So they're eventually going to move from Greg and Pam's apartment to Greg and Pam's house. And so he just calls Pam, says, hey, take care of the kids, stay at the apartment. I can't deal with your dad right now. I'm just going to sleep, I'm going to sleep on the floor in our new house. And she's like, all right. She's like, you want me to come over? And he's like, no. He's like, I just need some time alone. He goes, I can't deal with your fucking dad. And then Greg works with this like hot, sexy, like girl. And what actress plays the hot, sexy? She's like a real famous. She's either Mexican or Cuban. But she's hot. Oh, Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba is hot. So she comes over because she secretly has a crush on Greg. But at first, it doesn't start off like that. She's like, hey, I just came over to see if you're all right. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, I just, I can't deal with Jack. Like, Jack's nuts. And then she's like, well, hey, she goes, I heard from, like, your wife, Pam, that you were going to stay over. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I called her, and then I guess you guys were talking. He goes, yeah, she told me. And she goes, I brought you over some treats. So she brings over, like, Chinese and some wine and stuff. And then they just start talking about Greg and Pam's relationship. And Greg thinks, oh, she's just trying to be a friend. She's just trying to be a friend, But then all of a sudden, she just takes, she's getting drunk, and then she, pops a few pills. And then she just starts going loco. And she's all over Greg. And then, like I said, insanity ensues. And then like Jack thinks, like, you know what? Maybe I was a little hard on Greg. And so he drives over to the house, and then he looks through the window. And Andy, which is Jessica Alba's character name, her name is Andy Garcia, which is funny because I think he's a famous musician or actor or whatever it is. I think it's a musician. Whatever. Let me know in the chat. I don't know if it's a magician, musician or an actor, but I know. But anyway, she has the same name as the famous person. So Jack looks through the window, and this is my favorite scene. It's Greg trying to get Andy off of him. He's like, Andy, he's like, look, we're just friends. We work together. He's like, I would never cheat on Pam. I love Pam. Like get off me. She goes, you love me. You love me. And he's like, I love you as a friend. He's like, get off of me. And then she's like, it's going to happen, Greg. And he's like, it's absolutely not going to happen. And then then it leads into the backyard, and they're trying to like get their yard all, and they fall into this hole because Greg had no idea that there was like a damaged pipe. So the construction people had to dig up the damaged pipe. They fall into the hole. They're all dirty. And then all of a sudden, like, it's the next day. And Greg wakes up. He's covered in dirt. Andy is half naked. She's like in this sexy black bra and these sexy black panties. And she wakes up. She's like, how the hell did I get like this? And he goes, what do you mean you attacked me? And she's like, yeah. She goes, maybe I shouldn't have took that boner medicine, because that's what they're selling. They're selling boner medicine. She goes, I guess when you mix boner medicine with wine, it turns into acid and you freak out. And Greg's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that again. And so that's my favorite scene. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And then it's got great actors in it. I mean, it's got Owen Wilson. It's got Barbara. I don't know how you pronounce her last name. Barbara Streisand. I think, hopefully I said that right. It's got Dennis Hoffman in it. Hello, classics, legends. It's got Robert De Niro in it as Jack. It's got Ben Stiller. I mean, it's got some great actors in it, guys. So would Fears recommend it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would recommend it. Funny movie. Great actors and actresses. It was a good watch. And it's #1 comedy blockbuster. And Fears got it on the cheap. $2. $2. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. On to the big event. Visions, this is for you, buddy. This is for you. Oh, this is. So shout out to Lord Visions. Buy some stuff at his website, www.exhumvisions.com. Whoop. There it is. CHUD. Finally. Fears, I think Visions suggested this, I think, what Visions, about a year ago? I think it was about a year ago. And the minute Visions told me about this, I was like, all right, I have to watch the trailer. I watched the trailer. It's fucking hilarious. And I was like, oh, I'll find it. I'll be honest, Visions, I should have bought it sooner. But I was like, oh, I'll find it somewhere, because I did not want to pay those crazy prices on Amazon and eBay. But I should have bought it sooner because, man, it was worth it. And I'll be honest, last night I had to watch it twice, because the first time I watched about halfway, I fell asleep, right? Fell asleep. And I was like, oh, crap, I didn't get to see the ending, right? So I was like, all right, Fears, just pause it, go back to sleep. And so when I woke up at around 8 or 9, then I watched it from the beginning, and I watched it all the way through. And I approve. It was epic. Visions was not kidding. So Visions, I'm sorry it took me a long time to find this, because I was like, well, surely I can find it cheaper somewhere else than Amazon or eBay. I did find it cheaper. I found it at FYE when me and Randall were at the mall. But whoo! Now Visions, now I cannot wait. Now I cannot wait to watch CHUD 2. Oh man. It was pretty awesome. Holy shit. It was great. It was epic. So big shout out to Visions for suggesting it. And then I was astounded when Visions told me that there was a part 2. I was like, hang on, hold the phone. And I watched the trailer, and the trailer for CHUD 2 is even 10 times more hilarious than CHUD 1. There's a goddamn zombie bathing himself in a fucking bathtub in part 2. Oh, Lord. So basically, the premise of CHUD is it's set in the 80s in New York. They filmed it in 1983 when Fears was born. That's right. I was born in 1983. My favorite movie was filmed in 83, Ghostbusters, but then it came out in 84. So it took them a year to make that. So 83, that was a good year. Not only because Fears was born, but they made a lot of epic movies in 83. I think either the second Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, it was either the first Raiders or Temple of Doom was filmed in 83. I honestly can't remember. But a lot of good movies were filmed in 83. This being one of them. So I pop it in, and basically the premise is it's the 80s, it's set in New York, and the government has been kind of shady. You know, they've been kind of doing some things on the hush-hush, and they're dumping toxic chemicals, toxic waste products down into the sewer, and they're trying to do it like on the cheap. They're like, oh well, like it'll break down. You know, no one will find it in the sewers. And I'm like, you people are hilarious. Eventually, someone will find it. I'm like, it's not just gonna disappear. You know, like it'll probably rot, but fragments of it'll still be down there. And so it stays down in there, and then like the main characters, one of the main characters, there's a lot of famous actors in it. Daniel Stern, the guy that played Marv out of Home Alone. It must have been one of his first films. He looked super young in it. He's in it. I forgot the guy's name. The guy that played the dad in Home Alone, he's in it. He was like, and he also played with Tom Hanks in Big. He played that kind of hoity-toity, like smart alecky like business guy that he plays like tennis with, and then he's like, "What? You're trying to get on my lady?" That guy out of Big. So that guy, and then the same guy that played the dad in Home Alone, he was in White Chicks, with the Wayans brothers. So that guy's been a lot. Chud must have been one of his first films because that guy looks super. That guy looks super young. Then the other guy that plays the police officer, I don't remember his name, but that guy's been in. I kid you not. I think he's retired now, but the guy that plays like the main lieutenant police officer guy in it, he's been in countless 80s, 90s films. He had a cameo in like Basketball, I think, or not. Yeah, Basketball. So I don't remember that guy's name, but that fucking guy was in it. And then John Goodman. John Goodman had a cameo in it. He plays a police officer that gets murdered by one of the CHUD monsters. He comes in this diner. He's like talking like police shit, like with his little buddy, and then he starts like macking on the waitress. He starts macking on the waitress. All of a sudden, like they start hearing noises, and they're like, "What the fuck was that?" They turn around. The fucking CHUD monsters like kind of like all eyeing them like through the fucking window and shit. Chaos ensues, and the CHUD takes down that entire diner, and just there is blood and guts just everywhere. So there it is. And I was like, well, there you go. I'm like, serves you right. I'm like, don't. I'm like that lady just trying to work. Don't slap her on the ass. Like don't, quit messing with her. She's trying to do her job, and what, you're fucking macking on her, Well, there you go. That's what you get. A CHUD monster's like, hey, fuck you, and then you get gobbled up, and fucking CHUD monster eats him. And not only eats John Goodman, but he eats the entire fucking restaurant. So there it is. So what have we learned today, class? We've learned do not hit on waitresses, or a killer mutant sewer rat monster will eat you up. There it is. There it is. That's kind of what the CHUDs look like. So they're this greenish gray color. They've got yellow glowing eyes, kind of like Dracula teeth, very sharp teeth, and they are hungry. They will eat and devour anything, and not just humans. Like there's one scene, like one guy, like one of them's like chewing on a sewer rat. They'll eat anything. I'm telling you, like just gobbling up everything. So the premise is, like I said, the government is like throwing some toxic waste and all that shit down there, and the way there's a lot of sub story in it. Like the guy that plays Marv, he runs a soup kitchen, and all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I'm starting to see less and less and less of my regulars. And what he means by that is he's in charge of the soup kitchen, so a lot of homeless people come in, and he's just trying to be a good guy and like give them soup and give them food and shit. And so he's like, you know what? I haven't seen Teresa. I haven't seen like this guy that comes in like in 2 weeks. So a lot of people start going missing. So he goes to the police and he's like, look, I don't want to cause any chaos, but he's like, a lot of my regulars that come in, I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. So then the police start digging into it. Then the government gets into it, and he's like, look, you guys need to tell us what the fuck's going on. And they're like, no, we don't. And then the cop's like, yes, we do. He goes, or I'll just keep going higher. He goes, if there's people getting, eaten or killed or whatever, and people are going missing in my town, then he goes, something's very, 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 very wrong. So finally the guy caves in and kind of tells him like the truth and kind of tells him a lie. He's like, well, we're doing some research. And all of a sudden he goes, this must have been an accident. It always is an accident in fucking horror movies. What happens to the killer mutant snowman? Oh yeah, they're transporting him, and all of a sudden a chemical gets on him, and then he turns into it's always some fucking hilarious, crazy accident. So it's somewhat of an accident, somewhat of a government experiment. It's always something like that. Anyway, so the cop's like, I want answers, and I want answers now. So then the government's like, well, we were experimenting, and something went either incredibly right or incredibly wrong. And then we decided to ditch the project, and we just dumped all that stuff down there and just let it rot, and just let it said, hey, fuck it, we're done. And then all of a sudden something horribly goes wrong because of all their testing and all their fucking mutant sludge down there. It forms into one of these bad boys. And the CHUDs, oh, they're mad. They are mad. And they're like, guess what? We're going to eat and devour everything in New York. That's right. And guess what? They actually did film in New York. They filmed in New York. And when I'm watching this, I'm like, well, if they filmed this movie in New York, why in the hell would they not film one of Fears' favorite movies, Escape from New York, in New York? And I said, me and Randy were discussing this. And he was like, Fears. He goes, you love Escape from New York. I said, I do love Escape from New York. I said, it's hilarious, Randall. I said, it's cool and hilarious at the same time. I said, it's cool that they filmed one of my favorite movies in my hometown of St. Louis. I said, it's weird and random that they only shot one scene in New York for Escape from New York, and the rest of it was in downtown St. Louis. And I've been to downtown St. Louis. Parts of it is nice, and then parts of it is very, 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 very scary and kind of crazy down there. So, yeah. I've been to both areas. So, yeah. So, but for the most part, St. Louis is great. Great food down there. Great attractions. Johnny Brock's costume shop is in near downtown St. Louis. One of Fears' favorite spots. I try to go there every single time I'm in town. Not last time I was in town for my dad's funeral, but the time before. I walk in and Johnny Brock's all like, yo, Fears, what's up? And I'm like, yo, buddy, what's going on? And he goes, Fears? And he goes, dude, you're the man. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, just what I said. He goes, dude, I forgot. He goes, I didn't forget that we had that little interview like years and years and years ago. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I forgot to watch it. And I was like, really? I said, I threw you the link whenever I finished editing it so long ago. He said, yeah, I just totally forgot to watch it. And I said, oh, did you just recently watch it? And he goes, oh, yeah. And I said, well, how'd you find it? He goes, oh, someone was watching your channel and was like, oh, I didn't know Fears interviewed Johnny Brock. And he goes, and then the guy ended up working for me, Fears. And then he showed me the link and I finally watched it. Great job on the editing. Great interview. I was like, oh, well, I'm glad you liked it, man. I said, I'm sorry that it took you so long to watch it. He goes, no, that was my fault. But I got Johnny Brock's approval. Anyway, what's funny about that is he sells all sorts of masks. Before I watched this Visions, he actually had a CHUD mask in his store. And I think you can kind of see it in the vlog, but I didn't know what it was. But I think I point to it and go, oh, that's a cool mask. But that was before I knew what CHUD was. Now that I know what CHUD was, I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, that's what that fucking mask was. So there it is. There it is. I loved it. Would Fears recommend CHUD? Oh, absolutely. It's more of a sci-fi movie. It's got horror elements to it, but I wouldn't call it a full-fledged horror movie. It's half and half. It's half a sci-fi movie, dealing with creatures and like Randy was like, is it an alien? I said, no, it's not an alien, Randall. It's like a man-made accident monster that just kind of formed with all this toxic like goo and shit, So it's half sci-fi and half horror because the CHUD, they kill a lot of people. They eat them up. Yo, Visions, you got here finally. I was like, Visions, I was getting worried. I was like, man, this is dedicated to Visions. I finally got it. And I was like, ooh. That's right, buddy. Oh, I watched it last night, Visions. You were not kidding. I was shitting bricks. I was on the floor fucking dying. Oh, man. It was great. I loved it. Can't wait for CHUD 2, buddy. When I see that fucking zombie CHUD creature bathing himself in a fucking bathtub in part 2, I'm going to fucking lose my goddamn mind. And he's all like in the fucking trailer and shit. Oh, Visions. It was fucking great. Well, Visions, this is dedicated to you, this whole stream. And, buddy, I found it on the cheap. I got it for $30 at FYE. You look online, that's the reason, Vision, that took me so long. I look on Amazon, it's like $60. I'm like, oh, fuck that noise. I'm like, I like CHUD, but I don't like it that much. But I was dying to see it, and I was like, I got to find it cheap. But Visions, when you watch the vlog, Fears found it in such a weird way. We go in FYE, right? And I guess they switched up their store. Last year, they had shitloads of like racks of movies. I walk in and I was like, oh man. And Randy looks at me and goes, what, Fears? I said, Randy, I said, they changed their setup. I said, I'm not going to find Chud in a bunch of hilarious horror movies. They only had like three little racks of movies, right, Visions? And I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, they go from 10 racks filled to the brim of movies to 3 little racks. So I'm like, I'm not going to find it. So I'm just like, well, I'm like, maybe I'll find something else. I said, and at that point, Visions, I was like, all right, Fears, you tried. You're going to have to eventually order it online. I said, because Visions, the fans, I've been waiting for a long time. So I said, all right. I said, I'll just go up to the 3 racks and I'll just look. So I'm just kind of fumbling through. And the first one I found was this one, Visions. I'm going to watch it tonight and I'm going to review it some other day. I found Booyah, Day of the Dead, buddy. This is always a classic. I'm sure you've seen this, Visions. This is a good one. I did have it on DVD, but I'm going to give Randy my DVD version of it. And I found this, tons of bonus features. So I'm looking forward to watching this tonight. So I'm fumbling through. I found this and I was like, all right, I'm like, this will be good. I'm like, Visions will approve of this. So then I keep fumbling through and I'm getting towards the end of it, right? And I'm like, and then it was like this. So it was like this, but then there was something in front of it, right? So I didn't know what was behind it. So I thought, all right, I'm like, I'll just see. So I grabbed the first one. And I didn't see it right away. So I grab it. I'm like, this one's all right. And I threw this one to the side. And all of a sudden, Randy's like, come on, Fears. Like, we're taking off. And I was like, all right. So I grabbed this. And I said, one's fine. And as I'm walking away, Visions, I just kind of looked to the left. And I was like, no way. And I went, is that Chud? I'm like, oh, shit. I said, Randall, come here. Come here now. Come here now. And he's like, what, Fears? And I'm like, what's this, buddy? And he went, oh, shit, you found it. I said, Randall. And this is my exact words, Visions. I went, Randall, Visions is going to shit a fucking brick when he sees this. And I was shitting bricks because I didn't think in a million years I'd find it at FYE. And the lady, her name is, you guys are going to laugh, the actual lady that runs the store, her name is Carrie. You know, we've got a Carrie in our community. Carrie goes, oh, yeah. She was behind the register. She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, you've never seen Chud? I said, I've never seen Chud. But I said, my buddy, Visions, and I said, that's his real name, Visions. And then the lady was like, that's a unique name. I said, that's not his real name. I said, that's his online name. She goes, oh, okay, gotcha. I said, I don't know his real name. But then in my mind, I'm like, I'll find out next year, though. And then she goes, oh, you've never seen Chud? And I was like, I said, I've heard plenty about it, though. She goes, have you at least watched the trailer? I said, listen. I said, I've watched the trailer. And then she goes, there's a part 2, right? I said, I know. I said, I watched part 2. I said, do you like that Chud zombie bathing scene in the bathtub? She goes, oh, that scene's pretty hilarious. And I said, that's my next adventure. I can't wait to watch that. She goes, you know what? She goes, this has been on our racks for like 8 months and no one's touched it. I said, well, thank God, because I said, I'm getting it. And she goes, oh, have you been looking for it? I said, you have no idea. I said, I've been looking for it for a minute, for a while. So it was quite the surprise. This was the highlight of the weekend because I didn't think in a million years I'd find it. I was like, I'll probably find a couple of good movies. But again, the only reason why I got 2 Visions is because they went from 10 racks of movies down to 3 racks. And I was like, this is kind of weak sauce. And I was like, well, Fears, I'm like, and I'm saying this all in my mind because I don't want to be rude and like insult this lady's store because I still like FYE. They still had tons of horror, like movie collectibles. They still had, that's where I got the Chucky cereal from, the Child's Play cereal from. So they still had some cool shit, but I was like, I'm like, there's no way I'll find Chud. But I was like, I'll find some other cool stuff. That's why I was like, all right, cool. You know, Day of the Dead, right on. I said, that's always a classic, you know, and I love George Romero movies. Vision, I know, did he make 6 zombie movies before he died? I know he made Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. The Dawn of the Dead's where they're in the fucking mall and shit. Day of the Dead's where they're in that military like bunker underneath like the ground and shit. And then the zombies find out a way to get into the military bunker, and then they start eating people alive and just chewing on their arms and shit and just everywhere. And then I know they made one after that. So he either made 5 zombie films before he died, or 6. But if you find out, Visions, let me know. Or if anyone in the chat finds out, let me know. But I'm so glad you made it, Visions. I was getting worried, buddy. I guess you were busy. I guess you were working on an order or something. I was messaging you, and I was like, oh, my Visions has got to be here. He's got to be here. So thank God you made it, buddy. But Vision says, glad you finally watched it. Oh, it was good, buddy. It was so good. And the whole time I'm watching, I was like, man, I wish Visions was here. So Visions, maybe when I come to visit you, we definitely I'll bring this, and we'll definitely have to get on a CHUD movie watching, buddy. So yeah, hopefully by that time I'll have CHUD 2. Visions, I wanted to show you something. I'm definitely bringing this. Hang on, give me a second. Hang on, where is it? Oh, give me a second. Here we go. Right here. I'm also bringing this, Visions. I'm bringing these two. This is the Idiots movie that I was telling you about. The one that me, Trent, Jesse, we kind of did like a parody. We did a parody of Jackass, and Trent was like, well, Fears, we can't call our Jackass movie Jackass. And he's like, let's just call it The Idiots. And I was like, okay. I'm like, that sounds good. So we did a parody of it. So Visions is going to be the first one to see this. And then I'll probably show it to I'll probably show it to Pixel whenever I go, whenever Pixel comes to visit me, or when I come to visit Pixel, whatever comes first. And then I definitely got to bring this, Vision, so you can check this out. Fears Can Die Happy Man. I have never been in an actual movie, like a movie like this, but Fears, the next best thing, I got to be in this documentary. And this is, you know, my buddy that I told you about, my buddy Dave that used to own the Contamination Convention. He doesn't own it anymore. He sold it to some guy in Europe and got a shitload of money. And then Dave was like, Fears, I did 6 conventions under my belt at Contamination, and I wanted to put on a convention ever since I was 10 years old. So that mission is achieved. He goes, now my next mission, I'm going to take all the money that I made from Contamination, selling my convention, and I'm going to open up my own comic book like nerd store. And I was like, do it, Dave. I'm like, fucking go nuts. And so now his comic book shop, I always check it out anytime I'm in town. It's not in Missouri. You have to drive across the bridge, and it's in Belleville, Illinois. It's not too far of a drive. It's just, one hop across the pond. But yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Smash the Like says a fitting title. Well, this is all about contaminated waste, and fucking monsters chewing on people's necks and shit. And then his convention is called Contamination. So Fears is in the documentary Contamination, a convention story. I get a couple of cameos in this, Vision. So I will bring this. I'll bring some of this. But I think you're looking forward to this, Visions. Oh, it's great. One of the best scenes, Fears is in a white shirt and black boxers, and I have a cowboy hat on. Trent just runs up and goes, oh, goon, Fears, and pushes me as hard as he can. I go flying down this hill in a wagon, hit a ramp that we made, and go flying into the lake, and I get a good 5 seconds of air, buddy. I'm like, shoo, dung, right into the fucking pond, and it was great. You're going to love it, Visions. Vision goes, LOL, nice. Oh, dude, you're going to love it. I just wish Eric would allow me to upload. I uploaded some of the footage a long time ago, and Eric approved that. But Eric gets really shy, and some of the stuff we did was highly, highly illegal. And you'll find out, Visions, when you watch this. But the second one we made, the second one isn't edited. This one, my buddy Tom, literally put it on a disc. Now, mine doesn't have a cover. Tom actually made like cover art, and it's all of it. We took a picture, and we're all like, like doing stupid, like idiot faces. He went above and beyond. I just grabbed a piece of paper and just wrote The Idiots because Tom was like, I got too impatient. Tom's like, Fears, you want me to like make you some cover art? I wish I would have been more patient and said, yeah, Tom, make me some cover art, and I'll slip it in the DVD. But I was like, no, Tom, I need it now. And he goes, all right, Fears. And so he just gave me the blank, thing, with the disc in it. And then when I got home, I just ripped off. My mom used to be into longer burger baskets. So I just ripped off a piece of paper called The Idiots Movie. And I was like, this is good enough for me. Put it in the slip. And I was like, nice. But now I wish I would have. So whenever I'm in town, I'm going to ask Tom, hopefully he still got that file on his computer. I said, Tom, if you still have that file, that file of the idiot's cover art, the poster that you made, print me off a copy. So fingers crossed. We'll see. But the second one, Visions, has not edited. Eric really wants me, Trent, Tom, Jesse. Randy said he wants to get a piece of the action. He said Eric wants us all to sit down and edit it on my computer. So I have all of the unedited footage on a hard drive, and that hard drive is back in Missouri. So when I go back in town, I'm going to grab that hard drive and be like, Eric, if you want to sit down and edit this bad boy, let's do it, But hopefully eventually he'll allow me to. Or what I could do is I could just upload all the skits that I'm just in and leave out Eric. But that's going to be hard because Eric was in a lot of skits that I was in, and Tommy was in a lot of skits. So at some point I'll try to upload as much as I can. But I'm not going to portray my friend Eric. I'm going to get the A-OK from him. But Visions, I must say, Fears Man approved. Cannot wait for CHUD 2. If you guys have never seen this, quite the classic, quite the 80s classic. And it came out near Fears' birthday. They filmed it in 1983. And they actually filmed it in New York. Visions, before you came in, I was telling everybody, I'm like, if they can film this one in New York, why couldn't they have filmed one of my favorite movies, Escape from New York, in New York instead of one scene? But I'm like, to each their own. Tons of bonus features. It comes with audio commentary. That's the only thing I haven't watched yet. I'm going to watch that 2 days from now because I'm going to watch this tonight, and then I'm going to rewatch this with the commentary. It's got a French version of it, a Spanish version, an interview with the composer of the music, audio commentary with the director, a dirty look, an interview with production designer William Bowitt, and then Dweller Designs, an interview with the special effects makeup artist and creature creator. So I watched that. That was kind of cool. Notes from above ground, the New York locations of CHUD. So they kind of went around Visions like how we're going to do and check out all the Goonie locations. Two of the actors went around and showed you all of the CHUD movie locations. That was probably one of the coolest features on this Blu-ray. And then let's see what else. Then there's a featurette of how they made the movie, and then behind the scenes gallery photos, and then they have the original theatrical trailer, which I rewatched and fucking lost my mind over. And then they have some deleted scenes and the extended shower scene. So there it is. So all in all, quite lovely. Quite lovely. And check out this cool cover art, man. So cool. And you know what, Visions? I've got to say, all these classic horror movies and sci-fi movies that you're referring me to, all of them have classic and epic like cover art. Like that probably took an artist some serious time to draw all that. And it looks really good. And then like look how cool this classic cover art is for this one. Really good. So back in the 80s and 90s, they spent some really good time. Like now these days, like, that's not that good of cover art. Yeah, whatever, little fuckers. Yeah, it's just two guys on a front cover. They didn't put much effort into it. They put a lot of effort into that, and they put a lot of effort into that. So I do appreciate all the cover art every time I get one of these new ones. So, all right, Visions, now that this is achieved, when Fears goes to Missouri, I may not be able to have enough patience. I may just order CHUD 2 in a couple of weeks, but we'll see. If I can find it on the cheap, I'll wait and find it when I go into the best place I found old, epic, cheesy films. I've told Vision this 1,000 times. When you're in Missouri, go to St. Peters, Missouri, go into the Mid-Rivers Mall, go to V-Stock, and they have tons. That's where I found out about that Surfers 2, Visions. That's where I found out about that. You've watched it, The Car. So that's definitely on my list. The Car's on my list because Vision said he watched it, and he said, oh, Fears, that one was fantastic. So I'm going to try to find The Car, CHUD 2, Night of the Comet. I've watched Night of the Comet, and Fears Man approved, but it was just too expensive. Like, I remember, like, when I was in town, they actually had it, but they wanted it for like $65, and I was like, so if they have it cheaper there. So I'm looking for Night of the Comet, The Car, CHUD 2, Surfer 2, and then the one that I found by mistake, Visions, but you also said, oh, it's a good watch, Fears. Surf Nazis. It's Surf. What is it? Surf. Hang on. It's Surf Zombie Nazis or whatever the hell it is. It looked hilarious. Let me look it up. Hang on. Let me make sure I'm saying the right title. Give me 1 second, buddy. It's either Surf Nazis or Surf Zombie Nazis. Surf. What is it? Surf. What is it? Surf Nazi. Oh yeah, Surf Nazis Must Die. There it is. Surf Nazis Must Die. But I think they turn into zombies anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. But I'm telling you, man, Visions, this fucking cover art is fantastic. It's a fucking guy on a surfboard, like riding a fucking wave, like a master, and he's holding up a gun, a machine gun, and he's firing a machine gun, and then his other arm is a robotic arm, so he's a fucking cyborg. So he's like three things. He's a surfer, a cyborg, a Nazi, and then a fourth one, and then he turns into a zombie. And he's like surfing over this hot chick on a surfboard. So I'm definitely going to look for that one. I'm definitely looking for that one. And then another one of my friends said, oh, Fears, if you like those, he goes, what was it called? It was called, he's like, Fears. You go, well, I know it's an episode. It's not in the original episode, Visions. I've got the original episode of Tales from the Crypt, but he's like, hey, Fears, they made 2 Tales from the Crypt movies. And I knew they made one because I've watched the first one, Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight, and that one was pretty good. But he's like, oh, well, Fears, have you seen the second one? I was like, I had no idea that Tales from the Crypt made a second one. And he's like, yeah, it's called like Bordilla of Blood. And I was like, just that title sounds fucking hilarious. And he goes, oh, Fears. He goes, it's nuts. He goes, it's right up your alley. He goes, it's got vampires and sexy ladies, and it's got the Crypt Keeper in it. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's these 2 guys, and they go into this, like, this funeral parlor, and then underneath the funeral parlor, there's, like, this, like, sexy hangout with all these sexy vampire ladies, and they take advantage of guys, and then all of a sudden, one of the guys gets killed there. He goes, it's killed there. So then the sister like hires a private detective, and the private detective goes there and finds out they're not just ladies, they're sexy vampire ladies. And he ends up killing all the vampires. And I looked at my friend and was like, that sounds fucking hilarious. He goes, Fears, I can't believe you've never seen that. I said, I've never heard of it. I said, I heard of Demon Knight. And I said, I've watched Demon Knight. And then my buddy was like, do you have it in your collection, Fears? I said, not yet, but I said, I've seen it. And he goes, well, Fears, if you like Demon Knight from Tales from the Crypt, he goes, you'll fucking love Bordilla of Blood. And I was like, the title alone sounds hilarious, buddy. And I said, your little premise that you just told me. And he's like, oh, Fears. He's like, you'll love it. So I'm going to be looking for that one, too. Vision said there's a Tales from the Hood, too. Oh, God, hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. Hang on. Tales from the Hood. All right, Visions. Let me watch the trailer real quick. Plus, I got to get more of those sleepaway camps because remember on camera, guys. I watched all of the sleepaway camp like sequel trailers, and there's Pixel told me there's 3 more. There's sleepaway camp, which I watched, and there was a lot of shit going on in that movie. There was incest. There was pedophilia shit because the big fat guy was trying to get with Angela. And Angela is like 12, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Then there's drag, there's drag in it, because Angela is not really a girl. Angela is a guy. There it is. So then I watched the Sleepaway Camp 2 trailer, like Angela returns and shit, which is hilarious because I'm like, no, that wouldn't happen. I'm like, in real life, if Angela would have killed a bunch of people at a camp, the cops would have arrested her. But apparently she gets away somehow, some way, and then Angela returns for the sequel. More blood, more carnage, you know? And I'm like, well, I don't know how she avoided the cops, but hell, she's back at camp killing people. So I watched that one, and then the third one, and then someone told me there's a fourth one. So I was like, all right, I got to hunt down all of these and get them in the collection. All right. Tales from the Hood trailer. All right, Tales from the Hood. It sounds hilarious. Let's see. Tales from the Hood trailer. All right, let's see. Let's see what comes up. Let's see here. Tales from the Hood 1995 official trailer. All right, well, let's have. All right, Visions, I'm going to do a live reaction. All right, let's see here. The cover art on this just looks hilarious. Tales from the Hood.
Small businesses are what turn a town into a community. So when it comes to keeping small businesses...
Here we go. Let's see here.
Let's roll, in this neighborhood.
Let's roll, motherfucker.
Where souls never rest.
Okay.
You're invited to share their secrets. I've been waiting for you, boys. You're invited to share their tales. Unless, of course, you're scared. Tales of madness.
Oh, my Lord.
Of revenge. The dolls don't want you there.
Wow. So some guy's body, a doll just like twists his body, Visions, like into a goddamn pretzel. Oh, this is great.
What reparation of horror.
He thinks he needs to kill the monster.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, your most terrifying nightmare and your most frightening reality.
A pregnant zombie. Oh, it is fucking over with. Visions, I just saw a pregnant zombie in the fucking trailer. Oh, my God.
On the streets.
And this is a trip, homie.
Oh, my Lord.
I mean, nothing from no house of dead folks, okay?
Death, it comes in many strange packages. The producer of Menace to Society and executive producer Spike Lee.
Hilarious. Well, I must add that to the collection. Vision. So that's another one that Fears will be looking for. Well, thanks for that refer, buddy. And again, anything usually 11 times out of 12, anything that, well, you actually so far Visions is 12 for 12. Anything that Visions has suggested, it's been top-notch, hilarious quality. So Visions, I'm going to make a list whenever I go to Missouri, which hopefully I'm going to either go this summer or I'm going to go for my birthday. I haven't decided. When it gets closer, I'll probably decide. But I'm going to make a list. So far, it's going to be Tales from the Hood, CHUD 2, Night of the Comet, The Car, because you said The Car was really good. And I had an opportunity to buy it last time, but then that's when I found Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman, which I still have to watch and review. It's still over there, but I'll get around to it. Because I had no idea that there was a Jack Frost Part 2, and that blew my mind. I was like, I thought it was just Part 1, because whenever I was a kid, I watched Part 1. Never in a million years, I never knew that it was a Part 2. Thank God there was a Part 2. All right. Oh, Triple's here. He says, man, I just got back, and I got a lot of fierce content to go through. I just watched the mini golf video and Randy's baby back bitch video. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Well, Triple, to be honest, Randy kind of made that on the sly. He made it before I came down to visit. And then I get there, and he's like, all right, Fears, he goes, I hope you don't get mad. I'm going to show you something. I watched it, and I'm like, Randy, listen, I'm trying not to be like classic Fears. I'm trying to be a better Fears, not take myself so seriously. I said, I know in the past I've bitched and complained. And I said, Randy, the only reason why I bitched and complained that day is because I don't like it when people treat other people like crap. That's why I hate trolls. I can't stand when people are bullying people, treating people like trash, and those fucking idiots at the Florida Fairgrounds. It's not Jeff's fault. I love Jeff. Jeff's my homie. Jeff's staff is great because Jeff's staff that runs the convention, like Jeff's convention staff, they have nothing to do with the Florida Fairgrounds. the Florida Fairgrounds staff, they treat people like utter garbage. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And so I'm like, oh, you're not going to get away with that. And then they were bitching and moaning about where I'm supposed to park. I'm like, you see this massive field? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you see all the parking spaces in this massive field? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, do you see people parking in this massive field? And they're like, yeah. I said, guess what? It doesn't fucking matter as long as I park in one of the parking spots. I said, would you agree with that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then why are you bitching and moaning? And they're like, sorry, because they knew they were fucking wrong. And I was like, my point exactly. Don't give people fucking grief. Don't treat people like shit. Let people park wherever they want to fucking park. They were going to have me park way in the fucking back. And I'm like, why in the hell would I park way like miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away when I can park right in the front and the convention is 2 feet away? So that was the only reason why I was bitching and moaning, Triple, because I don't like it when people treat other people like crap. It's just, I don't like that. I don't like bullies. I don't like mean people. I don't like negativity. I hate all that crap. So I watched it and I was like, yeah, Randy posted. I'm like, it's fucking hilarious. And he said, Fears are going to post on your channel. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, you bet your ass I'm going to post it. So I got a little giggle out of it, Triple. It was pretty funny. Triple says, just returned home and I got a lot of Fears content to catch up on. Loved the mini golf video and loved Cameo Man's tribute video. Well, Triple, I hope you commented on the miniature golf video, because I always appreciate all of your nice comments. So as soon as I get done with this stream, I will go and see if you commented, buddy. But I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll be honest, Randy totally. My golf game, guys, it was nowhere to be found on that day. Visions, I kid you not. The golf game was boom out the window. And Randy was surprised. He's like, Fears, usually you do really good in golf. I said, I know, Randy. I said, I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe because I hadn't played mini golf or normal golf in quite a while, because I do it. Golf really relaxes me. I love golf. Any type of golf, mini golf, real golf. I love it all. So I was like, maybe, I said, Randall, maybe because I haven't done mini golf or real golf in quite a while, maybe my game was a little rusty. Apparently it was rusty because Sam beat me not just by a small margin, by a big margin. So my heart goes out to Sam. Sam, I shake your hand, buddy. Congrats. But at the end of that video, Triple, Visions watched it, Triple watched it, a bunch of people watched it. You guys know. I looked right at Sam and I was like, Sam, you know this isn't over. And he goes, what do you mean, Fears? I said, oh, time for a rematch, baby. And he's like, oh, yeah, Fears? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And he goes, where do you want to do it? I said, we have to do it at that other Disney miniature golf. I said, because we've done the fairways a handful of times. I said, let's give the fans something new. I said, plus, I did that one in my Christmas vlog. And I said, I loved it. And he goes, oh, yeah, Fears. He goes, me and my sister's been there a handful of times, and it's a really good he goes, actually, I like that one more than Fairgrounds. And I was like, all right. I said, well, let's switch it up. I said, let's go there. So Triple, Visions, everybody else, look forward to another miniature golf game. I don't know when me and Sam are going to do it, because Sam has been bumming, so and then Sam told me the other day he's going through another new thing. He goes, oh, yeah, Fears. He goes, check this out. And I was like, oh, what now, buddy? I'm not going to tell you guys what happened. He goes, you know all the 8 things that I've been dealing with? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I read the text. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, guess what? And he goes, my dad called me, and now now I have I have a family issue to deal with. And Sam told me what was going on. I was like, oh, dude, I'm like, you're already going through 8 or 9 things. Now you've got a 10th thing to worry about. He goes, yeah, Fears. He goes, this has not been my month. I was like, listen, buddy. I said, I feel you. I said, that's some crazy shit to go through. So I have been praying for Sam like crazy. So anyone that's, in the community and anyone that's a following, if you guys are religious, I know not everyone's religious, but if you guys are religious, please, please, please send my buddy Sam some positive prayers. And even if you're not religious, just throw Sam some good vibes, man. We need to get the good vibes going, because I'm worried about him. I care about my friends. I love Sam like a brother. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. Just like how I wouldn't want something to happen to Visions. I wouldn't want something to happen to Randy, or my buddy Eric back in Missouri, So, you know what? Keep praying for Sam. But I told him at work, I said, Sam, everybody goes through bad things. I said, time heals all wounds. Because he looked at me, Visions, and said, well, Fears, how you been dealing with stuff? I was like, I'm like, just like everybody else, Sam. I've got good days and I've got my bad days. I said, today's a good day. So I said, I try to have more good days than bad days. So yeah. Jen says, sending good thoughts to your friend. Thank you, Jen. That's very sweet of you, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, Visions, I'm telling you, Fears Man approved. I loved the shit out of CHUD. Oh, it was so good. But I'll be honest, though. Let me be honest. I was surprised that there was so many good actors in it. And those actors, that must have been John Goodman's. I don't know if it was his first film, but it must have been one of his first films because he just had a cameo. And he gets eaten by the CHUD monster off camera. But he looks so young. He must have filmed this movie before he did that Revenge of the Nerds movie, because even in the Revenge of the Nerd movie, he looks pretty super young too. So I don't know if this was his first film, and then I was surprised because I never thought in a million years like Daniel Stern would do a horror movie, because usually he does a bunch of like comedies, you know. And the first time I ever saw Daniel Stern in a movie was City Slickers. He did City Slickers 1 and City Slickers 2. And then the second thing I saw him in was I saw City Slickers. Then I saw him in Home Alone. Then I saw him in City Slickers 2. And then I saw him in Home Alone 2. But he did a good job in CHUD. So Visions, now I'm all raring, ready to go for CHUD Part Deuceage. Oh, yeah, my friend. I'm telling you, though, I love this cover art. They did such a good job on this cover art. And, I mean, the detail on it is amazing. I wish there was some more cover art on the back, but, dude, the cover art is fantastic. Maybe the next time I go to FYE, hopefully, I like before I left, I gave the lady my name. I said, if you can put my name down. And she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, we can hold movies if you want. I said, yeah. I said, if these 3 movies come across your way, call me. And she goes, what are the 3 movies? I said, my name's John Fears. Put me down for CHUD 2. And I said, Creep Show 1 and Creep Show 2. I said, I've been looking for those too. And she goes, oh, you've never seen? I said, I've seen one clip of Creep Show, and it was a really good clip. She goes, well, what clip was it? I said, it's the clip where one guy, a young guy, has an affair with some older guy's wife, and he finds out, and he basically buries his wife and the guy in the sand, and he owns a private beach, and then the tide just basically drowns them. The tide comes in, drowns them, and he thinks he's gotten away with like the perfect crime, because once they die, the bodies, get washed out to sea, and then they're gone. And he's like, yeah, I got away with it scot-free. All right. And then all of a sudden he's taking a shower, and all of a sudden he hears a bunch of noises, and he opens the door, and there they are, the dead, rotting corpses. And they basically do the same thing to him. They grab him and put him in the sand, and it ends with him getting drowned. And she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, that's a good scene. She goes, that's the only scene you ever seen? I said, that's the only scene I've ever seen. And she goes, well, if you like that scene, she goes, you'll love all the other scenes in Creep Show 1 and Creep Show 2. And then she said, do you like John Carpenter's The Fog? And I said, yeah. She goes, the guy that played Nick Castle in The Fog? I said, yeah. I said, he was in, Tom Atkins was in Halloween 3. She goes, yeah, Tom Atkins is in Creep Show. And I was like, I love Tom Atkins from Halloween 3. She goes, oh, well, then you'll love Creep Show. And I was like, sweet. Nice. Yo, Randy. Cameo Man says, sacrificing pigeons to break the curse upon Sam. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Well, Randy, I wouldn't go that far, buddy, but there it is. But, yeah, big shout-out to Randy. Randy, thanks so much for a good weekend. Randy, you never messaged me back last night, but I tried to call you. I messaged you because Randy said, hey, Fears, did you get home all right? Randy, I'll be honest, I had to stop twice. I stopped once because my eyes were kind of going like this and I was getting tired. I stopped for a coffee. And then I got about halfway home, Randy. After I ran out of this, my eyes started to do that again. I was like, Fears, don't risk it. You don't want to get into an accident. I pulled into a gas station and had a 20-minute nap, and then I finally got home. I'll be honest, Randy, I should have just stayed the night, buddy, but I really wanted to sleep in my bed. So, yeah. But, Randy, thanks so much for a great weekend, buddy. It was fantastic. I even did a weekend wrap-up review. So you missed it, buddy. But, hey, I'll send you the link. Sorry, I'm going to send the link to Randy and Heroes. And what the hell, I'll send it to Visions, too. I don't know if Visions will come in. Let's see if we can get Visions in for part dosage. Because he'll come in. He'll come in if Randy and Heroes are here. So give me 1 second. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review on CHUD and the review on Little Fockers and the weekend wrap-up review. So, Heroes, I'm going to send you the link. Give me 1 second. 2 seconds. I'm going to send it to Randy first. And then I'm going to send it to Lord Visions. King of the horror movies. That's right. That's right. Oh, man, I guarantee you Visions has seen more horror movies than I have. And I've seen a lot. But Visions is King, Lord Almighty of the cheesy horror movies. Hell yeah. Thank God. Thank God. I'm telling you, Visions, I cannot wait to see CHUD 2. Like when I saw that fucking hilarious like CHUD monster zombie guy in the fucking bathtub, I was like, why would a CHUD fucking monster be bathing himself in a fucking bathtub? I fucking lost it. I was like, okay, it's over. I have to get it. So yeah. But I will refer a movie to Visions now. Visions, if you've never seen Drainiac, have you seen Drainiac? You have to see Drainiac. You know that fucking scene that I'm always talking about, the fucking guy that's eating the fucking apple and shit, and he walks over, and then all of a sudden he sees some guy with his face like fucking melted off, like in the fucking, on the engine shit, like in the car. And he's like, that's peculiar. And they take a bite of the apple and just fucking walks off camera. You have got to see it, Visions. I'm telling you. Drainiac, watch it. You may have already seen it, but let me know in the chat, Visions, if you've already seen it. All right, I sent Randall the link. Let me. I'm gonna go to Twitter and send Visions and Heroes the link, because I would love for Visions to come in. And Visions, I wanted to last time. I just totally forgot. I was like, well, Visions is the master of cheesy horror films. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, we didn't get to talk about cheesy horror films the last time you were in. I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff, and it was fun and it was awesome. But as soon as I got off, I'm like going to bed that night. I was like, damn it. I'm like, I should have asked him some like cheesy horror movie stuff, because I love bullshitting and talking about cheesy horror movies with you. And by the way, Visions, your mic wasn't that bad. Because I remember you saying you had to work on your mic skills. I mean, me and Randall only didn't hear you for like 12 seconds. I mean, and after that 12 seconds, you came in perfectly fine. So you're good, buddy. You're good. All right, Visions, I sent you the link. And then Heroes. Hang on. Let me give you a second here. Let me send Heroes the link. Send Heroes the link. All right, Heroes, check your Twitter. I sent Visions, Heroes, and Randy the link. And then let me close my Twitter so I can see everybody again, because I can't see you guys right now because I got my Twitter up. All right, there we go. There we go. Give me 1 second to reopen the chat. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. So I sent Visions and Randy and Heroes the link. So hopefully someone will come in. If not, if you guys are busy, I understand. No worries. No worries. But Visions, I gotta say, that Tales from the Hood, man, that looked pretty hilarious. So, yeah. When I saw the pregnant zombie chick, I was like, I don't know what the hell this is about. Some pregnant zombie lady in the hood. I was like, all right, I've got to check it out. It was pretty hilarious. Pretty funny. So we'll see who comes in. Who's going to be first? But I would suggest this, and I'm going to review this a different day, but I would suggest this too. This is a good zombie film. Very good. Very good. I'm going to watch this tonight. Can't wait to watch it. It's been a while. It's been a while, Vision, since I've seen Day of the Dead. But I've met some of the actors out of Day of the Dead at a convention. I met the guy that played Tarman out of Return of the Living Dead. He was there. Then I met the guy in this where he's like, hey, nice hat, asshole. That guy, like the big fat military guy with the glasses. And he like goes up to the zombie and the zombie's wearing a hat and he knocks off the zombie's hat. And he's like, hey, nice hat, asshole. So I met that guy. I met that guy. And then I met the guy. I met the guy that played this dead zombie guy that like shoots the guy with the gun. I met him at a convention. Who else? There was like, and then I met, I don't remember his name, but in Day of the Dead, there's the black guy that like flies the helicopter. I met that guy, and I got an interview with him, and he gave me a really good long interview. So if you guys have never seen those interviews, I believe all those interviews are on Fearsman 26. You'll have to like go back into the Fearsman archive because there's some of the first like celebrity interviews I did at conventions, like back in the day. So, but they're good. They're good interviews. So check them out. But and probably the guy, the black guy in Day of the Dead. I don't mean to say the black guy, but I don't remember his name. But he is black, and he's the guy that flew the helicopter in this movie. He was one of the most nicest guys, one of the most nicest actors I met. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, interview me, ask me whatever you want. He's like, film, do whatever you want. And I was like, really? I said, sometimes people don't want me to interview them. He goes, I don't care, John. He goes, I love being an actor. I love being on camera. He's like, I loved being in Day of the Dead. He goes, I love that movie. He goes, it was one of my first few gigs. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah. He goes, ask whatever questions you want, film whatever you want. He's like, ask me whatever the hell you want. He's like, let's do it. And I was like, hell yeah. So I don't remember your name, but thanks for the interview. Appreciate that, buddy. Hero said, give me 1 minute. I'll be in. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Well, hopefully Randall will come in too. Let me call Randall real quick. See if he wants to come in. Oh, by the way, I got my dad's playoff t-shirt on. Hell yeah. Love you, Dad. Love you. My dad went and saw the playoffs. Hell yeah. Big shout out to my dad. I love you. I miss you. All right, let's call Randy. Let's see if I can get the boys in here. Randall? Lord Randall? Lord Randall? Damn it. Well, I hope Randy shows up. Oh, man. You're getting a little tired. I kid you not. I rolled in last night, guys, at like 2-something. It was a long drive. That's the only thing about going to visit Randy. I love hanging out with Randy, but man, that's a long drive to go visit. But I got to say, the beach was a rocket. Visions, the chicks that we saw on the beach, whoo, Erica was smoking hot, man. It sucks that she was from Wisconsin, man. I mean, that's cool that she's from Wisconsin, but I wish, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, fierce. If she lives in Florida, ask her out on a date. Because me and her, we were chiming, we were talking, and I was getting a good vibe. I was like, oh, so I'm like, you live in Florida? She's like, no, unfortunately not. She goes, I love Florida, but she goes, I'm just on vacation with my best friend and my mom. And what I really said was, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, well, I might have a good trip. I'm like, have a good vacation. But in my mind, I was like, fuck, you don't live in Florida. Damn it. Because I really wanted to take her out on a date. I really did, because she was smoking. She was smoking hot. But, oh, well, many more fish in the sea. But, hey, at least I got a good conversation out of her. We were gelling, too. We were gelling. We were talking. We were having fun on the beach. It was a lot of fun. Randy was doing magic for her, so we were chiming her up. We were talking. It was fun. It was good. It was good. But I mean, what else can I say about CHUD Visions that you don't that you already know? It's funny. It's funny. It's scary. Like I said, it's more. I'd classify it more as a sci-fi, but it does have horror elements. It's got horror elements and it's got sci-fi. There he is. And he's already smoking a blizzy. Yo.
What they do, baby? What they do?
That was perfect timing. Right when I clicked on you, you let out a massive smoke, and the smoke hit the camera, bounced off the camera.
Got you?
Yeah. It bounced off the camera, and I was like, oh, that's perfect timing because I just said he was smoking a blizzy. So, yeah. So, what's up, dude? How's your Sunday going? You all right? You doing okay? Don't die on me, buddy. Don't die on me. Oh, shit. Heroes, hang in there. Don't die on me, buddy. Oh, my Lord.
How you gonna put the camera on me all big and shit
That
right
must
now?
have been one hell of a blizzy, buddy. That must have been one hell of a blizzy.
Yeah, some fire shit, some fire. But yo, man, no, everything is good, bro. Can't complain. Earlier this morning, I dropped my toy hunt video. I went to Disney Springs, so I was able to pick up a few things. So I'm happy about that.
I saw that, and I saw some pictures in the Discord. You took a picture with the Lego Hulk, man. That thing was sweet.
Yeah, check this out.
Oh, shit. Nice. That's awesome, dude. All the Infinity Stones. I like it. Is that a Lego version of it?
Yeah, this is the Lego. I gotta build that.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's cool.
This.
Nice. Oh, that's cool, man. I like that Iron Man mask. That's pretty sweet. That's what's up, dude. Yeah, I like it. That looks good. Heroes, I'm trying to get Visions back in because we had a hell of a time last time, and I'm trying to get Randy back in. I don't know if Randy may be busy, Visions may be busy, but it's always, I'm telling you, the thing about Visions is he doesn't come in a lot, but when he does come in, it's a hell of a time. It's a hell of a time.
Yeah. So good.
Because right before you came in, I was telling Visions, hey, thanks so much for coming in. It was a blast hanging out with the homies. And then that was pretty cool. That was the first time that you met him. So Visions is giving you a lot of support. He's giving me a lot of support. He's a pretty kick-ass guy. So you got to subscribe to his channel. And you got to buy something off his website. I bought a couple of things off his website. You got to check out his website, man, and buy something. It's pretty cool.
That's what's up.
Oh, yeah. So you got to watch. I don't know if you're into cheesy horror movies like I am. Fears Man approved. I was losing my fucking shit when I watched this.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. You was talking about that.
I was on the floor fucking dying. You think I'm red now. I was on the floor losing my shit. It's so good. It is so good, buddy.
Yeah,
so,
lately I've been watching the like the day before yesterday and yesterday.
Yeah.
The John Wick movies. So last night I've seen them all. But I was putting my wife onto them, so she was enjoying them. So last night we seen John Wick 2.
Sweet.
So, and then tonight we'll watch John Wick 3. And then on, like I told you, on the 23rd is our anniversary. And on that day, John Wick 4 comes out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're going to go check out the part 4 for our anniversary.
Now, I'll be honest. The only one I haven't checked out yet, I've checked out John Wick 1 and 2. I've yet to see John Wick 3. And I need to get them in the collection. I haven't bought them yet, but I've seen John Wick 1 and 2 in the theaters, like back in the day. So I need to check out part 3, buddy. But let me know how part 4 is. Let me know if it's yay or nay.
Yeah, I've seen all of them in theaters. Like, it's dope, and so this one was good as usual. Part 3 is dope as hell because you got, like I told you, in part 3 you got ninjas on motorcycles. You know,
when you told me that, I was like, "Oh, this is great! Fucking ninjas with machine guns on motorcycles." I'm like, "That's great! That's amazing!"
Nah, son, the ninjas with their swords, on the motorcycles.
You said they had machine guns, or well, that's even better with katana blades.
Yeah, the katana. It's cool, man. I love the John Wick movies, bro. I love the John Wick movies.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Like I'm telling you, even though Keanu Reeves is like 50 something, that does not slow him down, man. That guy is like one of the coolest actors. I've seen him in interviews. He's like so nice and shit. He seems like a cool motherfucker, man. Seems like a
and another thing, at some point, I promise you, at some point, we're gonna see him in the MCU.
Oh, in the Marvel universe, that'd be cool. Like, I wouldn't listen. I'm with you.
There was talks of him maybe becoming Ghost Rider.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Like taking.
I doubt that.
He's taking over for Nick Cage.
Yeah, but I doubt that'll happen. I mean, lately, they want younger people, but let's see. I'm sure he will be in Marvel at some point, but at what character, I really don't know.
So I've got two things. You're as old as you feel. Like when Fears is 90, I'll still feel like I'm 30 years old because I got tons of energy. So that's number one. So I don't care if Keanu Reeves is like 50. He could still pull off a Marvel character. Number two, why wouldn't they put him in a Marvel movie? Because he's a great actor. I don't care what superhero he is. Just get him in there. I don't care what movie. Get him in there and have him play a character because he's a great actor and he's in one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and I want him. Yeah, and I want him to be a hero. That way, he could be in multiple movies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You won't have to kill him off.
I hear you, buddy, and that's what I know he can pull it off because he can do anything. He can play dumb, hilarious Ted, and he's great. He can play Neo, a hero because he's a hero in that movie. Then he can play a badass, kung fu, ass kicking dude in John Wick. He can do it all. There he is. There's Cameo Man. Cameo Man. What's up? Randall, Lord Randall, how art is thou? Now, Visions, we're just waiting for you, buddy. Get on in here.
What up, Randy? How's it going, brother, man?
Nothing much, LC. How are you?
What's up, Randy?
Chilling, man. Everything
much.
is good. Can't complain.
What's up, Lord Randall? Randall, how's your Sunday been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, the day is good. Cannot complain.
Yeah, buddy. I got home like at 1:30 or 2. I was dead tired.
Yeah, I did message you.
No, I know you messaged me. I tried to when I was sitting there, I tried to message you back. So I just left a message. I just said, yeah, I made it home safe. But yeah, I had to stop. I had to stop once to get a coffee because I was dead tired. And then my eyes started getting tired again. So I was like, Fears, don't get into a car wreck. I just pulled into a gas station, set my alarm clock. I had like a 20-minute nap, and then I got right home.
Yeah.
But Heroes, let me tell you, we went. The reason why I was tired is we had such a kick-ass fun weekend. When I got home, I literally was like, Fears, fuck this. And I said, just like I watched a little bit of CHUD, and then I got a shower, I got something to eat, and then I said, I'll watch the rest of CHUD like today, and then I went right to bed, and I slept for tons of hours. I was dead to the world, man. Let me tell you. Yo, hey, what's up, little dude? I don't know if he'll come on camera. I heard him in the background. Anyway, so Randall, what have you been up to, buddy? Today?
Just got done with church.
Oh, nice. How was church?
That was pretty good.
All right, now that was my my oldest son, my 21-year-old. He's
okay. I thought it was a little guy.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not here. He's not here. He was just letting me know. He got his car there. It was just me and my 21-year-old, and my wife is working, my daughter working. So he was just asking. He got his car here, but he was like, "Hey, can I borrow your car? Because I don't have gas like that." So I just filled up on my car. So I was like, "Yeah, man, just go ahead. You can take my shit."
How's he doing? He's still with his lady, and he's still working. Everything going good in his life?
Yeah. Everything is going good for him, man.
Well, tell him I'm happy for him. That's awesome, buddy. That's cool. Now we're just waiting on Visions. Visions, put down that sticker making press and get on in here, man. Get Lord Visions in here for part dosage. That's right. So, Randy.
Lord Vision says, I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. Fear is kiss my ass.
Wow. I can't believe he would say that, Visions. That hurt. No, I'm just joking. Randy, I gotta say, buddy, I'm missing you already. We had a hell of a weekend, man. I was telling, I did a whole wrap up of the whole weekend, and I gotta say, the highlights. I had 2 highlights of the weekend. One, finding CHUD, and then I'm telling you, Randall, me hanging out with you at the mall, the massage chairs. Randy was not kidding. Those massage chairs, you slip in some money. I got a great massage on my back from those massage chairs. They were fantastic. They were amazing.
Hey, Gio, dude. I was looking at I was just reading the comments, freaking about Keanu Reeves being the Punisher. Dude? I don't know if you guys know this, but John Bernthal, the one that played the Punisher originally in the Netflix series, he is coming back to be in Marvel. So just like they got the Kingpin from Netflix, they got the Daredevil from Netflix. They're also getting the Punisher from Netflix. So Keanu Reeves. Nice. I'm sure he would be a good Punisher, but yeah, he's not gonna be the new Punisher. But to be honest, John Bernthal did such an awesome job. I'd rather him be the Punisher in the MCU. Let's just keep it the same. The chick that played Jessica Jones. I don't know if you've seen that show. She's coming back.
Okay.
Also, she was supposed to be in the Spider-Man movie, but she was filming. Like you were supposed to see Jessica Jones in the Spider-Man movie, but she was filming another movie, so she wasn't scheduled. She wasn't able to do scheduled and be in the movie. You know what I mean?
Got it. No, I agree. John Bernthal, he's my favorite version of the Punisher. I mean, I like all the other versions of the Punisher, but he's my
No. He played that shit off. He played that. Yeah, that one other one was cool and all, but nah. What was it? Even this shit, even this one, the one you gave me, this shit right here.
Yeah.
Even John Bernthal is still better than this guy, you know, still.
But I'm telling you, he's my favorite. He like I like some of the other guys' performances, but John Bernthal, he takes the Punisher to a whole other level. Especially his little cameos in was it The Flash?
No, you saw his cameos was in Daredevil.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daredevil. My favorite
Flash is DC, Fierce.
I'm sorry. My favorite scene of him as the Punisher is when he walks in. When he walks into the that store, Heroes, and he ends up killing that guy, and like buys all those weapons and buys that tactical alert machine. And then as he's leaving, like he grabs that baseball bat because the owner of that pawn store is like, "Hey man, like thanks a lot for buying all this weapons." He goes, "Hey, you want anything else? I got some porn, man. I got backdoor." He goes, "Hell, I've got like little kitty porn." And then all of a sudden, right when he says that, he turns around, puts his coffee down, grabs a bat, walks up, and he's like, "Hey, look, man, chill out. I'm just trying to like, you know, make a buck." And he ends up killing that guy with a baseball bat. That's my favorite scene of him as the Punisher. And then I've got it right over here. I got this at a convention. Heroes. The Truth Must Be Taken. Punisher. Look how badass he is in this.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that. Look how fierce his eyes is.
Are you sure you read that right, Fierce? The Truth Must Be Taken.
Yeah, the truth must be taken.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's what it says on the DVD, Randall.
Yeah.
The truth must be taken.
Yeah, so we will see him again. You know,
this is my favorite version of the Punisher. He is so kick-ass as the Punisher, dude. Yeah. I mean, he brings a violence to it, and he brings like new elements to the Punisher that you never have seen in the old one. So I'm looking forward to having him come back. It
was everything about him. Just his expressions. When he was quiet, he wouldn't say nothing. Just the way he did facial expressions doing the shit. Yo, the dude was scary.
And then I like how he makes his costume. Like in the older version of the Punisher, it's like his son bought him that Punisher T-shirt as a gift. This one, he like takes his tactical vest and he just spray paints on the skull, and he wears all black and he's like, it's like a tactical suit, and
he got his vest on.
Yeah, he just grabs it, and in this one, I don't know what episode, but like I can't remember where the skull comes from in this one. I'm gonna have to rewatch this, but he just grabs his vest, just grabs some spray paint, and just spray paints it on. And I was like, oh man, he's going to war. Vision says, I have someone coming over to work on a project soon, so I can't make it. Okay, no worries, buddy. Maybe next time. No worries, man. But hey, Visions, thanks a lot for coming in the last time, man. That was a lot of fun. So, Heroes, I got a question to ask you about the Punisher. So what's your favorite? Well, it's a two-part question. What's your favorite element about the Punisher, and why do you like John Berthenhall's portrayal of the Punisher so much?
Well, I said it. Because basically everything, not just the action and the way he was playing it, just the simple things as just his facial expressions, the way he would look. He didn't even have to say a word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how scary he looked. Like I said, he didn't have to threaten you. By you just looking at him, menacing like that. You know what I mean? You're like, yo, that's a scary motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then add that to him doing all the action shit and killing motherfuckers and beating everybody up, and the way he would do it brutally. That's just a bonus right there.
That's why I love that convenience store, like pawn store scene, because as he's walking out,
you add that with an awesome actor like John Bernthal. Like I said, it all depends. Like you can have all that, and it depends on the actor. Now you have an awesome, likable actor. You know what I mean? You throw. That's it, man.
I mean, he did a great job in The Walking Dead too. But the reason why I like that pawn store scene so much is what Hero said. He doesn't say anything. He's walking out, and then that guy's being a sicko saying, "Hey man, I got little kitty porn, $10, da 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 da," and all of a sudden he just turns around, like slowly, just stares at the guy for like a good 10 seconds, and he just literally puts his coffee cup down, grabs the bat, and he's like, "Yo man, chill out. Like, look, I'm just trying to make a buck." And then you just see him walk up. And you just hear his death happens off camera, and you just hear thud, thud, thud with the bat, and then he just throws the bat down, and you just see a bloody bat hit the ground, and he just walks out like a badass. That's the coolest scene. Another scene is where he escapes from the prison in the Daredevil.
Nah, that crazy. How about when he was fighting when he got fucked up? But yo, you thought he was gonna fuck up Kingpin, and the Kingpin just whooped his ass in the prison.
Yeah. But then when he escapes the prison in the Daredevil, that's another cameo. That scene's great. Like
I like all the scenes. Yeah, I love all the scenes that him and Daredevil. Like when they were fighting on the rooftop. When they were fighting, that was dope. That was straight out the comic books.
Good. And then he's got the orange jumpsuit on. And he's like kicking ass. He's kicking motherfuckers out of the way, trying to escape the prison. Then the trial scene, like when they put him on trial, that's another good scene. And then all the other
look at something.
This was fantastic. So good shit. Oh, sweet. Let's have a look. Hang on.
This is a hot toy.
Oh, there it is. Nice. Stan Lee Barber. Okay. So did you just get this? It came in today?
This one came in the other day, but I did the mail call yesterday. So when I did the toy hunt, on the video I just dropped this morning. So yeah, you're able to see this in the toy hunt and all that. So this is the Stan Lee from the Thor Ragnarok when he's cutting Thor's hair.
Oh, that's sweet, dude. Nice.
What's crazy about this is like the packing. You know what I mean? The packing it came in.
Well, also that cover art on the front, the cover art looks pretty badass too, man. So that's the latest and greatest. Well, Heroes, I'll show it to you again. The newest thing in Fears' collection is finally CHUD, and then Day of the Dead, buddy. Those are the two newest. Oh, we lost Randy.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully Randy will come back. So,
yeah, man, I've seen the Day of the Dead. Those are all good movies. And the Day of the Dead, Night of the Dead, all those movies are good. But that CHUD one is the only one I haven't seen.
You've got to watch it. Oh God, it's great. Like the best way I can explain it, like Visions was right. It's both a horror movie, but it's a sci-fi movie too, because it's dealing with like creatures and aliens and like toxic waste and shit. It's good. All right, Randy's back. So, Randy, what have you been working on? You been working on anything today? Any scripts, anything?
No, I just pretty much went to church, and we got out about 44 minutes ago. So
nice. Randy, when you get time, post those pictures so I can send them to Visions. Is that cool?
Okay.
Whenever you get time, sometime today, I don't care when.
Yeah, post those pictures from the TikTok's bookstore.
Oh, I will. Yeah. I'll do it today, buddy. I'll do it today. Yeah. Well, Randy, it was a fun weekend, but anyway, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. So I just wanted to have you guys on. I just wanted to see how you guys were doing, because probably after this stream, I'll probably have to wait a couple of days and get some more stream time. But so when are you going into work tomorrow? Is it a heavy work week this week, Heroes, or is it gonna be chill?
No, man. No heavy work week. Thank God. Hopefully everything goes by nice and smooth, so I can start the week off good. MegaCon is right around the corner. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So like I said, MegaCon is on the 30th. So that's on Thursday. So I'm already off. I'll be at MegaCon all 4 days. Let me know. Don't bullshit. Pick at least a day. Like I said, at least a Saturday.
I will give you a call and let you know if I'm coming or not. Because Randy told me Nev Campbell's going to be there.
So it's going to be good. And wifey's not going to be able to go. Come to find out, she has to work.
Oh, I was going to ask if she's working. Okay.
Yeah, because like she normally works weekends, but she couldn't request it off because somebody already requested like that whole week off for vacation.
Oh, that sucks.
So it kind of messes it up. So now she can't request. So it's just gonna be me, You figure that Saturday, even though I'm going 4 days, like if you go Saturday, that Saturday it'll be me, my daughter, my son, the youngest one, maybe the oldest one if he wants to come also, and then you. And so just me and the kids. It would just basically be me and the kids without the wife.
I'll definitely let you know, buddy. I'll let you know. I'll let you know a couple days before. So yeah.
Yeah, and then later on today, guys, I'll be on playing some Zelda. I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild lately. You know what I mean?
Is that the new game? That's the new game you're going to tackle now?
Yeah, I've been playing it already. I've already done 2 videos on it, 2 live streams, so I'm going to play it again in a little while because the part 2 is coming out soon. So I'm catching up with part 1 so that I can go ahead and beat it, knock it out. And the game's addicting. That Zelda game is addicting. You know what I mean? So I'll be playing it again today, so just be on the lookout.
Well, I'll tell you, the one that's been addicting for me is whenever me and Sam are playing Dead Space. Dead Space is addicting, man. That's why I was like, Sam, whenever you get out of this current funk you're in, let me know. I said I'm ready to get back on some Dead Space, and he was like, "Oh, Fears, listen." He goes, "I definitely want to hang out soon." So we're supposed to hang out sometime this week, because he was like, "Fears, I need to pick me up. I've been bumming so much." I was like, let me know, man. I said, we'll hang out sometime this week, so we'll see. I'm going to talk to Sam when I get to work. I'll be honest, Elsie, I need to check my schedule. I don't know if it's going to be a heavy work week, so I need to check myself. So probably after lunch, I'll check my work schedule. But I'm going to let you guys go. So subscribe to Heroes and Villains, the collectibles, everything. Twitter, Instagram. Check out the Discord at Heroes and Villains Collectibles. You know where to get him at.
All right, brother. You already know. Thanks for having me on here. And Randy, you already know. You'll see me like always, and you guys be safe. Everybody be safe, and shout out to everybody in the chat. See you guys on the next one.
Peace out, heroes. All right, Randy. So I want to just talk to you for a couple minutes before we go. I want to thank you, man, for a great weekend. It was so fun. I missed you so much, buddy. And like I said, whenever I was over at your house, let's not wait a whole year to do another face-to-face hangout. So, guys, I think me and Randy are going to hang out in about a month or 2, man. So, and Randy, I will keep that promise. I can't believe Amy Jo Johnson canceled for MegaCon. So, Amy Jo Johnson, listen to me and Randall's voice. The next time you're in Florida, stay at the convention because me and Randy want to meet you, especially Randy. Randy. But listen, I was young. I had a crush on Kimberly. You know what? I'll be honest, Randall. I thought Trini was hot too. The Yellow Ranger. I was like, listen, I will date Trini. I will date Kimberly. But yeah, definitely. I think every little boy had a crush on Kimberly. I'm just saying. Well, that stinks that Visions couldn't come in. But Visions, I got it. I understand. You got to work, buddy. But Visions, I can't thank you enough for coming in last time because, Randy, that was so much fun. Hanging out with you, hanging out with Visions, hanging out with LC. We talked for like hours. It was great.
Yeah.
That was one of my longest streams that I've done in a while. That one, I went back. It's like 5.5 hours. I was like, damn. I didn't know we went that long. But yeah. But that was a lot of fun, Visions. And Randy, tell Visions how excited I was. I called you over. I could not believe that I found this. I went nuts in.
Well, actually, I found it for him, Visions. He passed it over, and I was like, "Hey, Fears, look, what's this?" It's like, "What is that?"
But
I was like, "What is it, Fears?"
But what I'm saying is, I didn't see it at first. Remember, there was a movie. I told Vision there was a movie in front of it, and when Randy pulled the movie away, I went, "Oh shit, is that what I think it is?" And then Randy grabbed me and went, "Fears, what is this? What is this I see?" And I went, "I don't believe it." I'm like, it's fucking CHUD. Could not believe it. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. And Randy, I was telling Visions, now I cannot wait for CHUD Part Deuceage. Oh, yeah. It's going down, buddy. It's going down. Randy.
You know what, Fears? Guess what?
What, Randy?
The next Halloween is called The Halloween, the final chapter.
Listen, you always dog on Halloween, Randy. Listen, Randall.
The final chapter, Fears.
Listen, Randall, give Fears his simple pleasures in life. I love me some Michael O. Myers. You don't have to shit on Michael O. Myers every time we hang out. Randy hates, listen, let me click it on me real quick. Randy hates Michael Myers and Halloween, not just with a little passion, with a lot of passion. Randy, why so much hate on Michael O. Myers, buddy? He's great.
Because there's no reason for how strong he is. There's no reason why you can shoot him 1,000 times and he doesn't die, but at the end of the movie, you shoot him once and he dies. That's just stupid nonsense. That's the reason I hate Jason, too. You know?
Listen, I think everybody hates Jason. I think everybody. I'm just
like, I mean, you can shoot him, you can stab him, and then when it's convenient for the plot, he dies.
Yep.
Like there's no, and like they never explain his power. They never explain Jason's power. Is it like, you know, did he make a pact with the devil? You know, is he like, does he not feel pain? Like they never explain it. And that's,
I'll give you that. I think Jason's power comes from like he saw his mother get killed. Like his mother gets her head cut off, and he's a mongoloid. So I think he gets his mystical powers because he's like, oh, they killed my mother. Well, now I've got this rage. I have to kill everybody. But you are right. They don't really explain where.
They never explain it. If I made a Nightmare on Elm Street, I would explain how Freddy crossed over into the dream world.
Really explain where Michael's evilness comes from. He's just born evil, and then
we need an origin story.
Well, they kind of done a tiny origin of Michael in the Rob Zombie one, but they just show Michael younger. But yeah, I would love to see where the evil comes from. But I love the way Michael looks. It's like what we learned in film school, Randall. Less is more. They made Michael very simple. They gave him a white mask, so he's like emotionless. I love his blue mechanic suit with his black commando boots, and he's like a shark. He starts from point A to point B. Nothing gets in his way, and if something does get in his way, he just hacks them to pieces, you know. And he's on one direct route. So that's what made him scary, like growing up, like when I was watching him, you know. Same thing with Jason, you know. Freddy I like too, but Freddy, he loves fucking with you. Like he'll fuck with your mind before he kills you. Like in the what was it? In part 5, he's like force feeding food to that girl before he kills her. And he's like, yeah, eat some more. And he's just like fucking with her life. Just crazy as shit. Then he transported that guy into a comic book and killed him in a comic book. Then he killed that one kid in a video game, you know. So he loves messing with people. So yeah. So Randy, I forgot, you already told me, what are your highlights of the weekend?
Meeting Erica.
Yeah. And then what was your highlight with just hanging out with me?
Eating the burger.
The burgers were good because we had a nice long chat. I was telling them my 2 highlights. Yeah, meeting Erica was cool, but I was ecstatic. So the first one was, if I had 3, this would be the first one. The second one was hanging out with you and doing the massage chairs because I was like, wow, Randy is not kidding. These massage chairs are amazing. And then the third one was chatting Erica up because she was cute. I really wanted to ask her on a date, man. It sucks that she was from Wisconsin, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I was telling everybody, Randall, the beach was fantastic. The only time it got a little sucky is when I looked over and I was like, oh, Randall, we better take off. It looked like a storm was coming. It didn't rain, but the clouds started getting darker and darker and darker. And I was like, so I don't know if it must have rained over where the beach is, Randall, because when we got back to Randall's house, it was clear blue skies. So I was like, well, if it isn't raining at Randall's house, it must be raining over at the beach because Randall, I told all the fans, I said, we stayed there for an hour and a half. The first hour, we had tons of sunshine. That last half an hour, boy, oh boy, oh boy, it got dark, and it got dark quick. So, yeah. Let's see. Vision said, I liked it when you pushed the drawing off the table and you guys almost started wrestling. Well, we were just joking. Like I would never wrestle Randy Visions, but I did that for pure comedy. Pure comedy.
Yeah.
Pure comedy. I do regret, Randall, one thing. I lost patience a little bit when a certain someone came in at the very last waking moment. I won't reveal any names, and he said something very evil about me, and I said something very evil about him. So I do regret saying that, but the rest of the weekend was fan-friggin-tastic. And I'm so glad that your mom was feeling a little bit better, buddy. And I will keep praying. I will keep praying because I want I want Mrs. Brown back to 100% ASAP.
Yeah.
But guys, I got to chat with Mrs. Brown for a little bit. She seems like she's doing all right. And Randy, thank you so much for giving me that Taken movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I will.
Yeah.
It just the only thing is I would have loved it if not only Steven Spielberg, because he's one of my favorite directors. That's cool that he produced it, but I think he's a fantastic director. I would have loved it if he would have directed, if not one episode, all the episodes. But I'll give it a gander. I'll watch it, and I'll do a review on it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randall, I don't know how busy you are today. I did so Visions so far. Randy, he's got 2 drawings done. He's got the new Fears Vlogs logo done, and I showed Visions, and he liked it, and I liked it. And then he's got the new picture, and you decided to put me in my new red Hawaiian shirt, Randall, which I liked. It was good. So whenever you get a chance, do the last two drawings today and send them to me. All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to send Visions all the drawings either tonight before I go into work, so Visions can get started on the Fears Vlogs mug, or I'll send him tomorrow. Just depends on when you send me all of them. All right.
Yeah.
So take your time, Randall. Like I don't know how busy you are today, but if you get a chance, finish those 4 drawings. Now the last drawing is for the Fears Man 5 episode. Do the title, the next day in the security office. In blue letters, because guys, usually we do all the titles in yellow, but when me and Randall started doing the concept for Fears Man, I was like, you know what, Randall? I said, episode 5, let's switch things up. I said, let's do all the titles in light blue. Vision said, did you learn anything new at church today, Randy?
Yeah, we today's sermon was all about the authenticity of the Bible. And how there's been many copies of the Bible throughout history, and Bible writers took excruciatingly great care to copy the Bible. And there's 100 different copies of the Bible that are like 2,000 years old, and we can tell like the Bible writers, they really took really excruciating care, and like all the copies are almost exactly the same. And, like you've got 100 copies, so you can tell, like if somebody makes a tiny error, these like 20 Bible copies over here say this, so we need to like correct that. So, the authenticity of the Bible is, it's been copied accurately. And that was actually one of the Bible verses that we read today, that
seems like a really cool sermon, Randall.
Yeah. So it was all about the authenticity of the Bible and how we can trust the Bible. And
nice. So I've got 2 Visions, Randall. Everybody else watching, I've got 2 versions of my Bible. I've got my normal standard Bible right by my bedside, and then Randall, remember I've got that little tiny travel Bible that had it had devotions for men in it. It also had travel advice, and it was a mixture. It was like a mini Bible, a travel guide, travel ideas on what to do when you travel, and travel tips. And I was like, oh shit! So because whenever I go visit my family, that Bible takes a lot of space up in my luggage, and I was trying to find for the longest time a mini Bible. And all of a sudden, I found that Bible at that tiny one at my library.
Well, a lot of mini Bibles exclude a lot of the like a lot of mini Bibles are like only Psalms or Proverbs, or some are only like the New Testament. Because, I mean, it's pretty hard to fit an entire Bible into one tiny little
this
thing.
One is literally like the size of this DVD, and it's real thin. But
okay.
It just gives, like, all the stuff you need. And I'm like, I don't need the entire Bible when I go on vacation. And I said, I'll just take this little one, because it literally says the best travel guide Bible. And it's like 4 things. It's travel tips, a full-on mini Bible, fun attractions that you can do, and fun things to do, whether you're on a road trip or you're flying somewhere. And I was like, this covers everything.
I've got a little mini Bible. It covers Psalms and Proverbs, and then it has the entire New Testament in it.
Plus, it's got men's devotions in it and asks you questions in it. And I was like, man, this is so cool. I read the whole thing. It was only like 63 pages.
Yeah.
And so that's the last book I read, and Visions, it was pretty good. Randall, I also would love to get this Bible. It's at Walmart. This guy translated the entire Bible and he turned it into a comic book. So it's this, it's the whole Bible, except it's just he's drawn like pictures.
Yeah, it's called the Action Bible.
The Action Bible. I would love to get that one and read that straight through, because I'm like, oh, cool. They turned Jesus. Well, Jesus is already a superhero, but I'm like, now they've turned the Bible into like a comic book, and I'm like, but it's a massive comic book. It's like that. It's like that wide and that thick, and I'm like, oh, I got to get that. So I haven't got it yet, but I would love to get it and read it straight through. So that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, but yeah, man, it was a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to hang out with you in about a month or two, buddy. So we'll get it together. So Randy, I was telling everybody too. I'm like, that little video that you made on the sly, I did not get mad. I thought it was fantastic, and I told everybody.
You mind if I do the extended cut of that?
If you want to make an extended cut, Randy, have at it. I'm not. Listen. I'm not going to upload the extended cut. I like the mini cut a little bit better. So I'm gonna upload to my.
I have your word. You're not gonna upload the extended cut.
I am not going to upload the extended cut. I'm going to,
because I did have some more hilarious moments in there. There were more.
Well, listen, Randall. If you can't laugh about yourself, then why live? I know why. You know me. I get grumpy sometimes. I get in these moods.
What was funny is like during one of the rants that you were doing, there was a sign with a guy. It was like, magic something, and he had like a ball in his mouth, and he was going like,
yeah. That was. I don't know what that.
So I zoomed in really close on it while you're doing your rant, and there's this guy just like.
Well, that guy. Whatever he had in his mouth in that photo, that's what he was selling at his booth. And I guess to promote his booth, he took a goofy picture of him going like that with a ball in his mouth.
It was hilarious.
When I walked by at that convention, I was like, what is this guy selling? And it basically, those rubber like bouncy balls?
Yeah.
He had like a rubber bouncy ball in his mouth. And I guess his booth is selling rubber bouncy balls, not only to kids, but for everybody at the convention or whatever. And I'm just like, and I went up to the guy, I shook his hand. I said, you know what? I said, that's quite the marketing photo, buddy. And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, I don't take myself seriously. He goes, I just took a photo. And he goes, and my girlfriend took a funny photo of me going like that and shit. And I was like, I said, listen, whatever works. I said, you want to promote your stuff with a goofy photo? Go for it, buddy. But no, I'm trying not to take myself that seriously anymore, Randall. I'm trying to be funny, goofy. The only reason why I was pissed is those fucking Florida fairgrounds people. Before you came in, I was telling Visions and everybody, I don't like it when people are bullies or negative, because I dealt with all that crap growing up. Like I got bullied almost every day in middle school, and not so much in high school because I decided to start fighting back. But I got bullied every day in middle school and grade school, and it took a toll on me. So I don't like negativity or drama or people making fun of people or trolls or any of that crap. And the way that the Florida Fairgrounds treats people, I couldn't take it anymore. And I finally went up to him and said, quit bitching and moaning at people and quit treating people like garbage. I'm like, they're human beings. They have feelings too. Like, why are you guys treating people like trash? And then they apologize. I'm like, don't apologize to me. I'm like, apologize to all those people that you were treating like crap. I'm like, we're fed up. I'm like, leave people alone. I'm like, there's a massive field. As long as we park in this massive field somewhere, I said, now, and I looked at the lady and said, I could see if I didn't park in that massive field, then you've got something to bitch about. I said, I'm following the rules. I'm parking wherever I want in the parking area in this field. So I'm like, quit bitching and moaning. Because that's the only time, like when I went back for the Jurassic Park convention at the Florida Fairgrounds, they acted very nice. Except for the one guy that wouldn't give me the bag, and then I had to bitch and moan and get the bag.
Yeah.
Besides that guy,
what's up, Pretend?
I just thought that was ridiculous. He's like, "Oh, you have to spend more than $60 to get a bag," and I'm like, "Dude, it's a bag." I said, "I'm buying other things. I've only got two hands. I need a bag to put my merchandise in." I said, "I'm not trying to be a dick," and my car was ages away. I'm like, "You expect me to walk 2.5 miles back to the thing to put my stuff back?" I said, when I could just stay in the convention center Just give me a bag and I'll put everything I bought. I bought a t-shirt and I bought some dinosaur collectibles, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I just need a bag to put it in. I said, I don't think I'm asking that much of a request. That's why I was bitching and moaning. So Randall, if you want to make a special Jurassic Park version of me bitching and moaning, have at it, buddy. Because that'll be another video that I can fucking upload. Brad. But no, man, Randall, I miss you. I love you. I was telling Visions, the only way that that weekend would be better is if Visions came to hang out with us, because the whole weekend hanging out with you was fantastic, man. We got a little bit of chud, got some cool food, macked on some girls. I needed a weekend to relax.
Yeah.
Because I've been going through so much stress and so much bullshit. And it was fun from start to finish. The only thing I regret is the one thing at the end of the live stream. Even though that guy's a dick, I shouldn't have took it that far. I shouldn't have went down to his level and said that. Because he's always going to be a dick and he's always going to say negative things. But he just annoyed me and I was like, oh, fuck you. And then I shouldn't have said what I said, because that was a little bit below the belt. But whatever. So yeah. But and plus the beach was great, because I didn't get to go to the beach last year. So this year I'm gonna try to get to the beach a couple of times. So that's the first time. I would love to get to the beach maybe 4 or 5 more times this year. That would be great. Because I love going to Daytona Beach. It's a great beach. There's awesome like shops. There's food. Randall, what's that on the pier? What's that restaurant called again?
Krabby Joe's.
I haven't done it yet.
I'm telling you, dude, they are super expensive. They charge like $51 for like crab.
Well, I just won't get the crab then, but I would love to go eat something there, because guys, if you're ever in Daytona, it's like the building is cool, Randall. So underneath, I've vlogged under the pier. I've vlogged on the pier, like walking between like the little poles and shit, like in the water. I've vlogged there, but I would love to go onto the pier, take some video and some photos off the pier, because you're pretty high on that pier. You're like, what, 30, 40 feet up, and then they have the restaurant on the pier. And I keep saying, man, I got to go in that restaurant one time and try their food. So at some point, I don't know when, but I would like maybe the next time I go, maybe before I leave the beach, I could like grab some lunch or something at that.
You know, on the rooftop, on the rooftop is where I did my first stand-up comedy gig.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what's up. That's cool. Because I know that pier, that I mean, it's a huge restaurant. It's got many levels. How many levels does it have?
I think like 3.
And is all those levels, are they different restaurant, or is it just one big restaurant?
The bottom 2 levels are a restaurant, and then the top level is the roof, and they got like a bar and a stage on there for a little mini band. Nice. Yeah.
Well, hey, I got to use the restroom real quick, so entertain the fans. I'll be right back. So just entertain them real quick.
Okay. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Everybody out there in the chat. We got Exhumations. We got Pretend Story Times. Got Heroes and Villains Collectible. Your Friend Jen. Triple Nickel. Smash the like. Let's see who else is here. StreamYard is here. I'm a good friend, StreamYard. He's cool. He always, I don't know how he does it, but StreamYard always manages to get the first comment. It's weird. I don't know why StreamYard has like a little duck as his logo, but who cares? But yeah, me and Fierce had a good time. We talked to a lot of girls. I did some magic. We went into Volusia Mall. We didn't do the full hour like we said we were gonna do, because we had stuff to go. But I showed Fierce some massage chairs, and he was like, "Oh my God, Randall, this is amazing." I was like, "Yeah, I told you it was gonna be amazing." And then Fierce didn't want to go to Mulligan's; he wanted to go to Olive Garden. I was like, "Fierce, 2 things. Number 1, Hooligans is so much closer, and number 2, trust me, the food is so much better, because they've got this thing called Wally Wings." And what Wally Wings are chicken wings. They're dry and they're grilled and they taste fantastic. They're amazing. And You can get them in tons of different flavors. You can get them in buffalo. You can get them in teriyaki. You can get them garlic. Garlic wings are pretty good. That's my mom usually goes for the garlic wings. And yeah, we did a little magic for some people there.
Talking about hooligans?
Yeah.
Oh man, that place was so good.
Yeah, and I originally tried to get Pierce to go there last time, and I said it's a wing house, and I said they serve the same kind of wings as Hooters. And Pierce thought, oh, it's like Hooters. I don't want to go to a place like Hooters right now, Randy. And I'm like, no, they wear the same thing they do at Olive Garden, like slacks and a polo shirt.
I'm telling you, I owe you a big apology because
I told you it was going to be better than Olive Garden.
I love Olive Garden. I was like, man, I went to Olive Garden and
because Olive Garden was 30 minutes away, where Hooligans was only 10 minutes away.
We almost didn't go. I was like, Randall, I haven't been to like Olive Garden in 7 or 8 months, and he said, well, Fears, you said you wanted to go somewhere new. I was like, yeah, it's true. I'm like, I went to Olive Garden before because I wanted to do a new Google review. Yeah. I'm going to give Hooligans.
And that was another reason why I said, well, if you've been to Olive Garden, go to someplace new.
So I was like, you know what, you're right, Randall. I'm like, let's go. And because in my mind, I was like, well, yeah, I've already done a review at
there was a wait, but it was really good.
It was worth the wait, though. And I'm glad Randall persuaded me to go because when I got there, Visions, everything was on point. I was like, Randy, this place is jumping. There was at least 50, 60 people in there. The bar was cool. They had a bunch of games on, and me and Randall were talking. We were watching the games. And then it was decorated beautifully, and there was a bunch of Irish culture and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I was worried is it's like a bar and pub grill. And I told Randy, I said, Randy, I've been to an actual pub many times in England. I said, Americans, they say it's a pub, but it really isn't a pub. It was authentic. It was an authentic Irish pub. It was good. The drinks were on point. Me and Randall both had their Hooligans signature burger. It was grilled. Whoo! It was so good. It was so good. So, Randall, next time if we go there, I'm trying the wings. I'm trying the wings. Like, you guys have heard it. I will eat the wings next time we're there. I will give you guys a progress report. I will review the wings. The burger, though, was fantastic.
Yep.
So, Randall, did your mom, because you got your mom a burger, did she like the burger?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Because when Randy's mom heard that we were going there, she's like, Randy, grab me a burger. And we were like, we can do that. We can grab you a burger. So, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Randy, like I said, I hope that I told everybody, I said, to show my appreciation, I paid for dinner. And so I hope you enjoyed that dinner. And that was just to show my appreciation for all of your hard work on not only Cameo Man, but on Fierce Man. Fierce Man wouldn't be a reality without you. And not only are we best friends, and I love you like a brother, buddy, but we're a good creative team. I love making content with Randy. And I was telling the fans, that's why I say, Randy, go buck wild. You can use any footage you want because Randy has this amazing, kind of like Visions, Randy. You take my stuff and you meme it up and you make my content way better. Be like, hey, Fierce, upload this. Check this out. And then I'll watch it and be like, oh, Randy, that was pretty fucking funny. I'm going to re-upload that, buddy. So, yeah. Plus, Randy, I loved it that Visions loved your Dr. Phil stuff. Like, I was like, when you asked Visions, like, hey, what'd you think? I was like, oh, this will be good. I like, let's get Visions analysis of the Dr. Phil. And Visions said that he loved it. Everybody loved that Dr. Phil parody. It was so funny, man. I loved it. It was good. So, Randy.
They got really good editing on Dr. Phil, and I tried to match the editing and the effects they use and the transitions they use. I worked really hard on it.
Mm-hmm. It was good, buddy. And like I said, credit where credit is due. That your new editing program that you got on your new computer, Randy showed me that. It was pretty good. Oh, also Randy showed
and like I thought, if I show people, hey, I was on Dr. Phil, they'd be like, oh man, cool, like a TV celebrity. But like a lot of people I show it to, like out in the world, are like, oh, they give me the they take the phone back and they're like, okay, I'll talk to you later. So I think maybe there is like people don't like a guy who's on Dr. Phil because they kind of think it's like, oh, this guy's crazy. I better stay away.
Screw them. Keep doing more Dr. Phil parodies. They're fantastic. So if you make any more, I'm uploading it to my channel because Visions love the parodies. I love the parodies. And then I loved our conversation between you and me and Visions. Like Visions said, which one did he like? Vision, I forgot. Which one did you like? Which one? You said your favorite Randa. My favorite is the crazy rich bitch, like stuck up girl that needs her G-Wagon. Yours is the fake Batman, right?
No, mine was
robot guy.
No.
What was your favorite? I thought yours was the robot guy.
I think my favorite was Bad Baby.
Bad Baby, and then do you remember what Visions was?
Visions was a lion for Halloween. He was pretty cool.
No, Randall, what was his favorite fucking lion, Randall? You're hilarious. What was Visions' favorite episode? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Visions, if you're still here, what was your favorite episode of Dr. Phil? I remember us talking about it, and I can't remember what it was.
Vision says, my favorite was a drop kick to your face, Fears.
Randall, why all the violence?
What are you talking about?
I didn't do anything, man. I'm a perfect, sweet little angel.
I didn't say anything violent before this.
Randall, are you a perfect, sweet little golden angel? I think we all are.
No, not really.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. Vision said he liked it with the creator of Bung Fights came on and he dressed up as Dr. Phil, and then Dr. Phil wasn't having it. And he said, listen, you're not impersonating me. Get the fuck off. And he kicked the bum fight guy off the show. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I couldn't remember.
It's always dramatic when, people get kicked off the show.
The guy that dressed up as Bum Fights, he went.
Because Dr. Phil does it so rarely.
Yeah, it takes a lot for Dr. Phil to get pissed off. And when that Bum Fights guy dressed up in one of Dr. Phil's suits. He even shaved his head like Dr. Phil because Dr. Phil is losing his hair. And
I think Dr. Phil has only kicked like 3 or 4 people off his show.
Saying like that Bum Fights guy, he went the distance and he really pissed off Dr. Phil, and he's like, I'm not having this. Get the hell off. And he kicked him off the show. And I remember Visions telling me that. And I've seen that episode too. And I was like, oh shit, he is totally insulting Dr.
I remember 2 people Dr. Phil kicked off. Like one person he kicked off was a guy called Sexy Vegan. He was like a vegan and he had like a messiah complex, and he came in from the back of the show like, I am a messiah, I am a messiah. And he goes, yeah, fuck you, man. I save like tons of animals every day by being vegan. What's your fucking talent? And he starts fucking moonwalking across the stage. And Dr. Phil's like, get the hell out of here. Get him, security, get him out of here. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. And then that one was one of the ones where he kicked somebody off. And then there was another woman who was obsessed with this other woman on the internet. She thought she was sending secret messages to her, and they had like a Romeo and Juliet story thing. Wow. And Dr. Phil said something, and the woman was like, yes, I will be your spectacle. Go ahead and laugh at me however you want. And he goes, look, nobody's here to laugh at you. Nobody's here to do anything. Well, he goes, well, yeah. You said my mom was going to be on here, and I expressly told you I don't want my mom on here. And he goes, hey, look, lady, this is my show, and you don't tell Dr. Phil who Dr. Phil can have on his show. Yeah, I've seen you're out of here. You're gone. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I see that one because then he goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, I'll even prove it. He goes, let me get my assistant out, and then he brings an assistant out and says, yeah. Did you say that she couldn't bring on this person? Yeah.
And then she looks at that girl and says, remember what I told you? I told you.
She's like, no, I did not say that at all.
And then she looks right at the girl and says, remember what I told you? She goes, I don't know what Dr. Phil's got planned. I have no idea. Dr. Phil's going to do whatever Dr. Phil wants because it's Dr. Phil's show. Yeah. And then she said, oh, absolutely. I remember that conversation. Yeah. And then so Dr. Phil's like, so you don't tell me who to bring on my show. He goes, it's my show. That's why my name's on.
Whose name on the walls?
He's like, he
invokes the walls. Whose name's on the walls here?
He goes, so no one tells me who I'm going to put on my show, and that's including you. And then she just looks at him like, absolutely. I'm sorry. And then he's like, okay, I think you need to go out of here now. He did a classic. He did a classic Fears. You're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah, but Dr. Phil, he rarely kicks people off his show. You got to be he had Sexy Vegan back for a different episode because Sexy Vegan apologized and is like, look, yeah, I do realize you were trying to help me. I'm sorry. I did not mean to act that way. And
Sexy Vegan get better or no?
I don't know. I don't think he got better. He still has a YouTube channel, but he's gotten tons of strikes for sexual content in
Really?
his videos. But yeah, Sexy Vegan did come back, and like Dr. Phil was nice. He Sexy Vegan made a formal apology,
Have
and
you
Dr. Phil accepted it. And
his YouTube channel?
His actual name is Hans Di Bartolo.
Okay.
And he actually wrote a book, and I actually have the book because I bought it because I was like, this guy, if this fucking guy wrote a book, I need to have this. So I think it's called the Fast Life of Hans Di Bartolo or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's basically about him cruising the California scene, picking up women, and he's going to kill the carnivore people.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
But you've never checked out his channel.
I checked out his channel, yeah.
I was gonna check out his channel until you said he's gotten tons of copyright strikes for like sexual crazy shit. So
he's calmed down, but yeah, I think his YouTube is still up because he's made multiple accounts.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. I don't understand why people have 10 million accounts. I
have an account for Cameo Man, and I have an account for my magic stuff.
Yeah, like I have enough trouble keeping up making content for Fears Man and Fears vlogs. So I can't imagine like when all these trolls make 8 million accounts, I'm like, I have enough trouble putting up content on 2 channels and maintaining two channels.
Yeah.
That have like 5, 6, 7, 8 channels. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Cameo Man is supposed to be just for cartoons and skits. And then the Mayor of Magic is supposed to be just for my magic stuff. Anything.
yeah, it's good. Like
my magic and my comedy.
I like how you organize things like I do. Like Fears Man 26 is for all my most best epic edited projects that I love.
Yeah.
Because I put more effort into Fears Man. And Fears vlogs is just for me to have fun, make some funny streams, and make some funny blogs. That's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to take off, Randall. But I just wanted to thank you for a wonderful weekend. Like I said, sometime today or sometime tomorrow, post me all 4 of those those drawings. So
I already posted 2, so I'll post the other 2.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just waiting on the last.
Get that rom-com picture to me.
I will.
Do it today.
I'm gonna. Hopefully, I'll get it today or tomorrow, Randall. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of errands to do before work, but
you got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of errands to do, but just press share and then.
I will, Randall. I'll do it sometime today or sometime tomorrow. You have my word, because I want to send Visions the cartoon photo so you can get right to work on the Fears vlogs, mug.
Yeah.
But Visions, I will get you those photos either today or tomorrow, buddy, as soon as possible, as soon as Randall gets done with them. So, Randall, I want to give a big shout out to Randall for coming on and Heroes and Villains. So, I've already plugged Heroes and Villains. Randy, go ahead and plug your stuff right now.
You can find me on Cameo Man 2021 or the Mayor of Magic. Buy my book, The 13 Most Common Fiction Writing Mistakes and How to Fix Them Too, on Amazon.com. I also have a book, The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic. Go on Amazon, look up Randy Paul Brown, and you will find it. The religious books are not me. The Amazon has mixed me up with some other author. Like the ones about Christianity are not my books, but Randy Paul Brown, The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic, 13 Most Common Fiction Writing Mistakes and How to Fix Them Too. Those are my books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. None of that religious stuff is me. They mix me up with a different Randy Brown.
How great of a writer Randy is, because not only whenever I'm stuck on a Fears Man idea for our scripts, I'm like, Randy, give me something. Throw me something. What should Fears Man do in this next episode or this next scene? Randy will throw me some good stuff. Also, Randy has inspired writers. He inspired our friend Visions to write a book. And if you have not gotten Visions' book, it's Watch Sleepaway Camp. Visions, you need to start selling Watch Sleepaway Camp on your website. Randy, what do you think? Randall, focus. Randall, I know you're not stuck, and I just saw you blink. You're still with us. Randy!
What?
Were you having a sleep, Randy?
Yeah, I was having a seizure.
No,
I was having a little seizures pizza.
Randy, you weren't having a seizure. You were having an El Napo. An El Napo. That's right. But no, Visions, I'm telling you, I love Sleepaway Camp, the novel. It's right up there in my kitchen. I've read it.
Was it hardback?
It was.
Oh,
It was. So Visions, I think I'll use a classic fearsism. I think the better question is why wouldn't you watch Sleepaway Camp on your website? Sell it on your website, buddy. Oh yeah. Spread the joy of Sleepaway Camp on your Lord Visions website. So I will end with subscribe to my buddy's website, www.exhumedvisions.com. He's the myth, he's the man, he's the legend. He sells some cool shit. Buy some cool shit. And anyway, this is
Randall.
And this is Fears. And we're signing off. Peace. Deuces. I'm out.